The pool. Call now. Ask about Loan Pronto zero cost cash out refi at 615-499-5780 or loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender NMLS 1661781. Subject to lender approval. Not available on all loans.
Unused prescription opioid pain medicines can spell trouble. Safely dispose of opioids before they can hurt your family. Find a drug take-back option such as medicine drop boxes. Visit www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
O'Reilly. Are your wiper blades chattering, skipping, or squeaking? Don't let streaks or smearing on your windshield compromise your visibility. When it's time to replace your wiper blades, stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts and see our selection. Our professional parts people will even install your new wiper blades while you wait. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Tax season. Opening that confirmation email and... What? Someone already filed my return? During tax season, all the info identity thieves need is on your tax forms. That's why LifeLock monitors your personal information, alerts you to possible suspicious activity, and works to fix it if you become a victim. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but you can save up to 25% off your first year at LifeLock.com with promo code NEWS.
Napa know-how.
Why get a 5-quart jug of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil for $27.99? Great question. Do you like getting $10 prepaid gift cards? Do you enjoy your car working? Do you love being called a genius? Who doesn't? Pick up Mobil 1 for $27.99 and get a $10 gift card. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
General states pricing. Sales prices not include applicable state and local taxes or recycling fees. Offer ends 5/31/21.
Does learning a language feel like this?
No habla español?
Hablo.
It's hablo?
Yes.
It's hablo.
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
Since my husband is from Guatemala, I'll apply what I've learned in Babbel to our real-life situations.
The app is so easy to use and it's so practical. It helps you learn things that you will actually need.
Babbel, language for life, celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at babbel.com. That's babbel.com, BABBEL.com.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, with 24/7 support and experienced staff at over 250 local branches. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Be smart when investing in outdoor lighting. Gary Sullivan here. Haven Lighting is an LED system that's controlled and programmed from your phone. Create your own on-off time, sync with sunsets, create zone lighting, and yes, even change colors, so no tangled Christmas lights. HavenLighting.com.
From the Mark Spain Real Estate Studios, Titans Radio releases the Titans schedule Wednesday night at 7. WGFX Gallatin, Nashville. Trending now at 104.5 The Zone.
It is 6 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Jonathan Schaefer. The Nashville Predators clinched their fourth and final playoff spot in the Central Division with a 3-1 victory over the Carolina Hurricanes Saturday night at Bridgestone Arena. Luke Cunnin scored twice. UC Saros made 21 saves as the Predators qualified for the playoffs for the seventh consecutive season. Carolina, the top seed in the division, and Nashville will face off in the first round of the playoffs. We'll wrap up the regular season tonight at Bridgestone Arena. Puck drop set for 7 o'clock. After 3 straight home draws to begin the season, Nashville SC defeated the New England Revolution 2-0 on a Saturday afternoon at Nissan Stadium. Baseball yesterday, Braves defeated the Phillies 6-1. Freddie Freeman and Dansby Swanson each had home runs. The Braves have won 5 of their last 6 and are once again at 500 for the season. Also, Rory McIlroy ended an 18-month winless drought by capturing the Wells Fargo Championship by 1 stroke. Martin Truex Jr. won at Darlington. Breaking news at once. On your home for the Titans and the Vols, this is 104.5 The Zone.
Do I have everybody's attention now?
Now it's time for Jason Martin and Vol for Life Ramon Foster.
Powered by All Four Seasons Garage Doors.
Together, they are JMart and Ramon on 104.5 The Zone.
What's happening? Welcome in. JMart and Ramon, 104.5 The Zone. Glad to be with you for another solid week. We'll say it in advance. Predators qualify. Beat the Hurricanes 3-1 on Saturday night. 7th time in a row they will be in the postseason. No one thought that was going to happen 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago. So uber impressive. We happen to be in attendance. We're going to break that down and talk about it in great detail as we roll through today's show. Ramon Foster, Jason Martin, Jonathan Schaefer, 11 years. Ramon played in the NFL, Evolve for life. Jonathan Schaefer, he played some sport. My mind's not working fast enough to come up with one on the fly right now.
No, it was ping pong. It was ping pong. You remember we talked about it Saturdays, 5-time all-conference.
That's true.
He redshirted and still made it that year.
Got a Letterman's jacket.
Yep.
Solid. Instead of a letter, it was just a white ball on the side.
Mm-hmm.
It was a white ball on the side.
That's when you hated it, man. There were the special letters in high school. The ones that, like, you wanted the regular letter jacket, but, like, see, I lettered in tennis, so I actually got the actual letter, but I also got, like, the band letter. Instead of the NF at my high school, it was just an N, and it said band up the N. It's just in case. So then you hand that to the girl, and they're like, now, you know what? You go ahead and keep that right there.
Go ahead and keep that band letter right there.
We'll keep wearing the Jordache I've been wearing.
I had, I don't even know where my high school Letterman jacket is right now. I got my college one, but it's so crazy with us, man. We were just getting into the Letterman jacket thing and like putting the sticker, the patches all over it. They just handed us our football Letterman patch. It's like, yeah, you can go ahead and get it sewn on yourself. Like, you not gonna put this on for us? So I don't know. It was pretty weird. It was a nice looking purple. We were purple and gray, man. So it was actually kind of cool. The jacket was nice. So I will say that it was probably heavier than my UT Letterman jacket too, by the way.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't get a letter in college, so
you
I
ever
didn't
saw?
try either. I didn't play. If I had played, I definitely would have lettered.
Definitely would have lettered, 100%.
Hashtag prove me wrong. No, I'm just kidding. At JMart and Ramon on Twitter is where you can find us. Saturday, you found us at the Preds game with some of the listeners. You certainly found Ron Slay.
100%.
And 27,000 and counting people have certainly seen at least pieces of that appearance. Slay had no idea.
Had no idea. The reaction?
You didn't either. Nobody did.
I had no.
Only one person in that whole place kind of saw what I was doing, and it was Jonathan Schaefer.
I saw. I made GIFs or GIFs out of it this
you
past
did.
weekend. Can't wait to share them with you guys. I sent them to Ron so that he could see them first.
I felt like there were 3 or 4 out of that video.
You better believe.
Yeah.
You spot on, Jason. I got 3 of them waiting, ready to pull the trigger on.
Yeah, it just once they pulled the goalie,
I
felt like we had a good shot.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just gonna flip my camera around like I'm holding my phone, and I'll flip the camera around, and I'm just gonna see what happens. Yeah. And what happened was
pure gold.
I mean, Ron already had the one where he's in attendance at the Tennessee game in the orange sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Now he's got this.
Now he's got this. 100%. 100%. This is this one might be better, man. The reaction was so pure. And, of course, the win behind it, man, was awesome. Everybody wanted to complain about the amount of beer that he spilled, though. By the way, those drinks are expensive. And every listener, every follower, every watcher of that video, Jason, said the same thing. That's about $8 worth of beer right there. It wasn't a whole lot, but Ron had a good time. We all had a good time, man. Broke out the championship belt.
Yeah, got it in front of me right now.
Woo-hoo.
It's about time. You know, you can't see it on radio, but I guess we do have cameras up.
Yeah, we got cameras.
This is the Petty Championship, the JMart and Ramon Petty Championship. You can hold it up the way you're supposed to hold up a pro wrestling belt.
You win, I win, we all win. Unless you are the pettiest, then you really win.
Yep. I mean, we got a lot of plans for this. One thing is, if you come out and see us, you're going to see this belt. You're going to have an opportunity to touch the belt.
Yeah.
Potentially take a photo with the belt. But we are going to be giving this away to one of the 3 of us here in the studio each day as petty champion for the day. Because there's always going to be one of us that's going to win this thing.
Because of Mike donned it on his shoulders this past week.
Because of Mike's changed his photo on Twitter to him and his woman with the belt.
You see,
as he should.
You see who's in the middle of that picture?
Yeah, you with your face in the back. You're an idiot, man.
That's about as funny.
Trying to ruin their moment.
I took over that moment. It's borderline creepy because I'm with the creepy smile behind him.
You look like B-Dub back there.
Hey now.
Oh, by the way, Mike was like, I can't wait for the cookout. Can't wait to come down for all these events. I'm like, you're definitely coming to the cave, right? He just looks at me. He goes, no. And then for like a minute, he's like, no, like really no. I'm not kidding about this.
Really?
No. He goes, I'm not messing with that. It's real.
No, he's 100% correct. I'm with him.
You're going to be there, though.
We'll be in the back of his 18-wheeler, man, with a signal. That's all we're going to need to do this show. We need a hot spot and microphones at this point. He and I do the show in the back of his truck cab, man. That's where I'm looking at it.
But it was a good time.
It was.
Just meeting a few of the listeners just gave us well, I mean, it gave us a good night, but it gave us real hope for what we can do in the future. How many more of you we can meet? Because I know there were a lot of people that were bummed that they weren't picked. Look, social distancing, and we weren't able to fill that suite out the way we would have liked to, but we were just glad we were able to do it.
Yes.
Thanks to the Predators for showing us some hospitality there as well. And then they get the win. And for the win, what did they get? They get the Carolina Hurricanes again, this time in the series. Saturday's the first time they've beaten them all season. Well,
time to put it back to test.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that game got a little chippy there for a while, too. It's almost as if they were, just coasting along a little bit. And then it got serious there after like the second, third quarter. Like, it was like, okay, they getting real serious right now. Not quarter, whatever you want to call it. What is it?
That is a demerit.
God,
period.
Dog it on a Monday. You know what? I'll take it. Let's go. Period.
Well, you have to. You screwed it up.
I did. I screwed it up. But you know what? Players mess up. It's all
you
good.
saw another great game from Saros. And Cunnin and Granlund really had a nice thing going most of the night. Cunnin's played outstanding as of late. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen in the playoffs, but the fact that they were even anywhere near playoff contention is pretty daggone impressive.
Mm-hmm.
And the most impressive thing to me and most important thing to me, I actually led off yesterday morning's Fox show with this, was people being there. It still wasn't close to full. I don't know what the capacity limit was.
It was over 10.
Oh, for sure.
Easily over 10.
I would say it was 30.
Okay.
Somewhere in that neighborhood. I didn't actually look up high enough. Maybe there was nothing in the upper deck, but it was loud-ish.
Yes, it was.
It finally felt sort of okay. And it reminded me how much sports needs fans to be in attendance.
Yeah.
How important that is to the experience and for the athletes. But that was the first time I've been to a sporting event that felt sort of close to real. Now, I've been in Bridgestone during the playoffs in a sellout. It's nothing like that is. I mean, that building, when they're rocking in the postseason, is one of the elite buildings to watch any kind of event, certainly a sporting event in the country.
Mm-hmm.
I would, there's a lot of places I haven't been, but I seriously do feel like it has a college football atmosphere in there.
No, it's up there.
It's amazing when it's right. But, I mean, we went to Bills-Titans last fall, that Tuesday night game, and they had 10,000 people in there. And they were kind of loud, but it wasn't the same. We're finally getting there, I think. Hopefully they're going to let us live our lives here pretty soon because we need this. We need to be out there spilling beer like Ron Slay.
It's just getting
or in my
loud.
case, spilling Diet Coke.
With the sound meter going up, man. Like it was like you said, it felt good. And the thing that got me is at home when you're watching games, events, and you hear the fake crowd, it kind of desensitizes you a little bit. It's like, okay, well, this is about as real as it get until you talk to guys who are inside of those arenas, those stadiums, who are on the field, on the court, on the ice, and they're like, man, this is weird. Because you think they're having a good time and feeding off each other, but like having the crowd there means a lot. And hearing the crowd. I said this to Ron probably time and time again while we were in the suite. I was like, sports needs crowds. Like, safely as we can get to that point, but you can tell the difference in just the fights, the altercations on there, the crowd getting loud, and just the whole the environment of what it was at Bridgestone this past weekend, that felt real. It felt cool. It felt good. Like that whole, guys be like, I'll play anywhere. I don't need a crowd. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Like you need a crowd, man. Like your motivation ain't the crowd, but it helps out a heck of a whole lot when it comes down to just that second wave of just let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a lot. It was a big difference from when I had gone, let's say, I think we went like 3 weeks ago with RJ's baseball team. And now what that crowd looked like, the environment was awesome. I will say that.
It was 40%, by the way.
That was awesome.
Reading Alex Doherty at A to Z Sports Nashville. Also, Brian McClain watching 104.5 The Zone TV on YouTube, saying 40% capacity.
That puts him at around how much? What's the capacity? What's that, 20,000 in there?
It's like a little over 20,
A little over 20?
Somewhere right in that neighborhood.
For hockey, I think it's around 18, so that puts him a
probably
little under 9.
Yeah,
a little
somewhere
under
in the
9.
8,000 range, 8,500 range. It makes a gigantic difference.
Yes, it did.
It would be awesome if you could have the place filled to the rafters during the playoffs. I know we're probably not going to get that, unfortunately. But 40 felt like you weren't alone anymore.
Right.
Felt like, and you were walking around, you're seeing people. Obviously, we were there with the listeners, but it was just, we're walking in. Schaefer and I are walking in, and we got people talking to us. This should be a good game. It's really important, blah, blah. Like, that's the kind of stuff we haven't had in ages. I mean, even in a studio, we've still got these plastic deals up. Everything's so secluded. And sports can't be secluded.
Nah.
It just can't be. It's a universal, uniting, uplifting thing that I think that, I hope by the time we get to NFL season, we're going to get there. I know some stadiums are talking about full capacity. I hope we're going to be there by that point.
Watching the Braves last night. Watching even the commentators on TV was like, if there's anything you're going to get the full experience of a baseball game when you come to Atlanta. Like, guys are looking forward to coming to Atlanta now to play baseball there against the Braves, It doesn't matter if you're getting heckled or anything. I think you just want the interaction.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No question. 615-737-1045. 737-1045. On Twitter at JMart and Ramon, and all over the place on 104.5 The Zone TV, whether that's Twitch, whether that's Facebook for you, whether it's Periscope, whether it looks like YouTube for you. All of those outlets are there. And it got us to thinking. We got a few different questions. Not just coming off of that, but coming off of things that we saw this weekend in the world of sports and otherwise. One of them being, what's the coolest sporting event you've ever attended in person? I think I asked that question when I was hosting the 6 p.m. here on The Zone years ago, and the phone calls and some of the stories people had dated back, 70, 80 years. And then certainly there's some younger audience members where that memory might only be 5 years old for you. But you can tweet us at JMart and Ramon, or at Ramon Foster, or at Schaefer on Sports, or at JMart Radio, or you can call us to 737-1045. What's the coolest experience you've ever had in person at a sporting event in your life, however long that's been? We'll give you our answers, and we'll talk about all of that. Plus, look, we got juicing horses at the Kentucky Derby. Every horse, man, PEDs. What's the spray that deer antler spray?
Deer antler.
That horse must have used deer antler spray.
You think he pumped it himself?
I don't know what equine are capable of, man. The only thing I know is I didn't see a zebra at the Kentucky Derby. We'll be right back. It's JMart and Ramon, 104.5 The Zone.
Getting you ready for Titans football. The Titans schedule releases May 12th. Hear every game on 104.5 The Zone.
Big names are headlining this weekend's UFC 262 card, from Tony Ferguson to Michael Chandler. There will be no shortage of action. And DraftKings Sportsbook, the official betting partner of UFC, has a heavyweight offer for you this weekend's fight with 100-1 odds. That's right, 100-1 odds. One fighter will be walking away with the belt. Will you be walking away with the cash? Just pick the main event fighter you think will win, and DraftKings Sportsbook will give you 100-1 odds on that fighter. That's right. Bet $1 on a select fighter, and if they win, you win $100. There's no better way to put your MMA knowledge to test and put your money where your mouth is with DraftKings Sportsbook. And don't worry if MMA isn't for you. DraftKings Sportsbook has great odds and promotions on basketball, hockey, and so much more. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable, so you can deposit and withdraw your funds at your convenience. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code WGFX when you sign up to turn $1 into $100 when you bet on the main card fighter to win. Place your bet and watch the fists fly this weekend. That's code WGFX to turn $1 into $100 on select main card fighters for a limited time only at the DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 years and older and present in Tennessee to bet. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text the Tennessee Red Line at 1-800-889-9789.
Some things are just true, like your local Geico agent could save you hundreds. And also, 2-year-olds will always ask why.
It's lunchtime.
Why?
Because you're hungry.
Why?
Because humans need food.
Why?
Because we convert it to energy, blood, and muscle and bone.
Why?
Because I love you.
Your local Geico agent could help you save 15% or more. It's just true.
Cisco Nashville is hiring CDL Class A delivery truck drivers. Cisco is the #1 food service supplier in North America, and delivery drivers are the face of Cisco service. Drivers will have daily routes in the area and are home every night. Qualified applicants can get a sign-on bonus and immediate medical and prescription coverage. Other benefits include paid vacation, medical and dental, as well as a generous retirement benefits. Apply online at careers.sysco.com. That's careers.sysco.com. SYSCO is an equal opportunity employer.
Drive, a division of Tenneco in Smyrna, has multiple openings for material handlers, full-time day, night, and weekend shifts, and part-time positions available as well. Drive offers jobs starting at $15.25 an hour, plus 2 increases in your first year. Medical insurance on day 1, $2,000 retention incentive, tuition reimbursement, opportunity for growth, and much more. Come join Drive today. Apply at jobs.tenneco.com. Drive, a division of Tenneco in Smyrna.
Economic forecasters are predicting inflation, which will likely cause interest rates to rise as a result. But here's the good news from Accurate Mortgage. Interest rates are still low and you have an opportunity to save money if you act fast. Perhaps you can shorten your term from a 30-year to a 15, or get a cash-out refi to pay off high-interest debt. The clock is ticking, so don't delay. Call Accurate Mortgage today at 615-833-0456 or visit AccurateMTG.com. Accurate Mortgage Group, a division of Acopia LLC, is an equal housing lender. NMLS number 4664.
It's Ramon Foster. And guys, I got something special for you today, okay? If you've noticed a lack of energy, motivation, and drive, it could be low T or something else, like sleep apnea, or even low thyroid. Schedule a complete health assessment at Low T Center. Now they offer a monitor self-inject at-home testosterone treatment for $135 a month, self-pay or covered by most health insurance. So if you've been feeling tired, grumpy, have weight gain, and loss of muscle, go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Deer hunters, fishermen, and outdoorsmen, bring your hobbies indoors for the day at the Tennessee Outdoor Rendezvous event on May 22nd and May 23rd at the Farm Bureau Expo Center in Lebanon. Seminars, big buck contest, exhibitors, and more. Tickets are only $10, and kids 10 and under are free. The Tennessee Outdoor Rendezvous, Saturday, May 22nd, 9 to 7, and Sunday, May 23rd, 9 to 4 at the Farm Bureau Expo Center in Lebanon. More info at tndeerexpo.com. The Tennessee Outdoor Rendezvous, planned by deer hunters for deer hunters.
Termites are swarming, mosquitoes are buzzing, and ants are biting. Yes, the signs of spring are all around us, and nothing will spoil outdoor fun more quickly than mosquitoes invading your yard, leaving you, your family, and your friends with itchy red mosquito bites. Fortunately, you can trust the experts at Arrow Exterminators to take back your yard so you can enjoy the great outdoors again. Family-owned, Arrow Exterminators protects homes and businesses from pests using the most sustainable solutions available. And you can have peace of mind knowing that Arrow has built their reputation on providing great customer service. And they back all services with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. So go ahead and give Arrow Exterminators a call to schedule your free pest inspection and keep your barbecues pest-free this spring and summer. The number is 888-GO-ARROW or visit arrowexterminators.com. That's 888-462-7769 or arrowexterminators.com. Geico.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Unused prescription opioid pain medicines can spell trouble. Safely dispose of opioids before they can hurt your family. Find a drug take-back option such as medicine drop boxes. Visit www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
VA interest rates can be up to a full point lower than conventional loans, saving you hundreds of dollars a month. Get the service that you deserve and apply online today at HeroLoan.com. That's only way to VA. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
From the 104.5 The Zone Traffic Center.
65 southbound after Portland, watch for an accident with police on the scene. No problems coming in on 24 or 40. No unusual delays on 440, 840 running accident free. This report brought to you by Donaldson Service Experts. Sweating a broken AC? There's an expert for that. Let your local experts at Donaldson Air Service Experts keep you cool with $50 off any repair. Call 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details. I'm Christy O'Brien with traffic on your home for Titans football. 104.5 The Zone.
There you go. Clear. Clear. Come on. Come on. Clear. Come on.
On Safari at Bridgestone Arena, we saw Ron Slay in his natural habitat. That was the sound from my phone. Wow, that was better than I thought.
It was
terms of
real
the audio.
good.
I wasn't sure. I didn't expect that. The video, man, people still continuing to enjoy that. Like I said, once they pulled the goalie, I felt like we had a good chance. It's just like, I might as well just record this just to make sure, because I know Ron's very interested in this being a 2-goal win. So let's see. And literally 15 seconds before, or 15 seconds after I started, the goal hit. So it was just the timing was perfect. Apparently that video needed to happen.
It did. It needed
Somebody
to
was
happen.
on the side of making it happen.
And if you're listening, like the crowd that was there, like it got loud there for a while, man. A few times during the game, it got loud, but nothing better in the suite that we were in with the fam, with the belt, with everybody having a good time, man. It was as close to normal, Jay, as we've gotten from sports recently. I didn't go to a game at all. I know you said you went to a game or two at Nissan.
Well, I went to the Titans-Bills Tuesday night game. I was in the press box that night. That's really been it. The only other opportunity I would have maybe taken would have been to try to go to WrestleMania. But other than that, there really just hadn't been much of an option.
Yeah.
I mean, we went to orange and white.
Yeah, we went to orange and white. Felt normal-ish. Well, we were in the
not
press
anywhere
box.
near loud enough, but yeah.
Yeah. We were in the press box for that one, though. But the crowd that was there seemed like there was a reaction. We were looking over, what do you want to call it, the canopy or the cliff or whatever, and it was a nice little crowd that was there. This fall, though, I'm hoping for that because I'm definitely trying to tailgate for a UT game. Just all the way through and through, man. Just whatever we can do this
the belt,
year. Just the
barbecue,
just all of that.
Yeah.
About dead end.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah. Even those burn-ins, those are not dead ends. Those are live ends.
Absolutely, man.
Josh is in Franklin, Kentucky. He leads off on the program today. Josh, what's up?
Hey, I wanted to make a comment of the best game I went to in 2005. Now, I'm a Vols fan, but in 2005, Vandy beat Tennessee, and I was 2 rows back of the Vanderbilt bench. But there was something that went on in the background in that game I couldn't believe that was funny to me. But there's this little kid. He looked about 10 years old in a Vanderbilt uniform, and he wore number 47. And he was over there dancing, and these drunks up in front of us were yelling, cussing at him, calling him names, and he was just dancing and ignoring them through the whole thing. And at the end of the game, Vandy scores a touchdown. Now, that kid hadn't been out the whole game, not to do anything. They scored, they kicked field goals, but after that last touchdown, they brought this little kid in to hold for the kicker. And so the kicker kicked the extra point. That little kid walked up to the benches and pointed at all of them and then just started dancing right in front of them. And even losing, I thought that was the funniest thing because, this kid, this was like his magic moment because I'm sure he never had any kind of moment in sports. If you seen the size of this kid, he never had anything else. But it was funny to see him dancing on the sideline after they won.
There you go.
I remember that game. It wasn't a good day for us that day, man. That's pretty cool. That's what sports are, though. Like, you're gonna either get got or you get an opportunity to get somebody, man. And that's the sideline. That's the fans. Y'all tell me if this is true or not, though, Jay, because I hadn't actually had that luxury of being in the crowd during the game. But they say when you sit down low, you got the civilized people. Like, okay, they're there to watch a game for the most part, but the higher you go, the worse the crowd gets.
Well,
does that hold true?
I don't know. I mean, there's idiots everywhere. There's a lot of idiots with money and idiots that are. I mean, I think as you get higher up, you just get more normal. Like you get the kind of people that you're going to run into on your daily basis. Because that's where I've sat, unless I've had some kind of. Very rarely have I had like super good seats, at least until the last few years and stuff. But I mean, that's where you get the families.
Yeah.
That's where you get like mom and dad and 2 kids, and they're treating it like their vacation because it's super expensive to attend any kind of real professional sporting event. The tickets are dependent. They can be very expensive. A Titans game is not going to be a cheap experience. You have to treat it as an experience. But then, if you're eating and you're parking and you're getting souvenirs, you're rolling out, spending a good chunk of change. So a lot of people can only go maybe once a season. Like for me, that's what it used to be when I was a kid. It'd be once. I think we went to a couple Virginia football games a year, something like that. And they were like, we were going to the beach.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like to me. So I wouldn't necessarily say, I mean, yeah, obviously you're going to get more raucous too, I think.
Up top.
Because that's the same thing as, is a Super Bowl a good crowd? Usually no. Usually it's corporate people that are whining and dining their hottest clients, trying to bribe people. They're paying all sorts of money for these tickets. I mean, the regular everyday sports fan can't afford to do that. I look at those tickets. I'm like, well, that sounds fun, but I'll watch at home. Thanks very much.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's necessarily better, but I do think it might be to some degree calmer. But I don't know if that's the experience you want at a sporting event anyway. As long as it's within reason, you don't want idiots spilling beer all over you.
No, we've. So
I say that intentionally
because of you know who. But I'll say this: if we were losing while I was playing, I don't know who it was or how they got the tickets, but there was this lady behind the bench. I don't know if she was walking down or what, but you could just hear her voice just yapping like Margot, like in our ear, and you just turn her and just look like, lady, have a seat. Your yelling does nothing right now except for make us turn around and like we're not hearing you. I'm telling you, I've experienced some stuff at behind the seats that we sat at on the sideline. Boy, I just don't know if it's all bad up top. We've seen some drunk people down below.
And I think it might depend on the stadium as well. Well, it's good to know he's still with us, right?
He up.
I can feel it. Cuzzo Mike from Cleveland, who was in Nashville this weekend with his lovely gal, joining us in the suite. Mike, what's going on?
What's up, fam? I got what's going on. We made it past that Saturday night. Great memories it was. And if you look at the first 3 seconds of that video, you're going to see Shay pointing somewhere. Then it hits him like, oh, no, I don't want to point there. That was funny right there.
Yeah, he didn't. Mikey didn't realize the angle of that camera because it looked like he was pointing at Ron's sleigh.
Yep. Yeah, man. But, yeah, man, no, it was a great time, man. We love meeting y'all. Thank y'all so much. And, yeah, man, I don't even know what else. Oh, yeah, my mother wanted an autograph. She don't have no idea who y'all are. I told her y'all was famous, and she said you can bring me an autograph. Next time I see you, my mama want an autograph. I don't know why.
I think we can make that happen.
Shit, the pictures didn't do?
You said what?
The pictures didn't do?
Nah, the pictures wasn't enough. She was like, "Where my autograph is?" You said he played for 11 years. I need an autograph. So, yeah, man. Hey, Mo, tell Peaches it was a pleasure. She's forever named Peaches now. Okay.
That's her nickname. Mike said Peaches, Keisha, it's all the same.
All right, y'all. But look, man, I'm rocking with y'all every morning. Y'all know that. Thank y'all for the first prize I ever won, and y'all set a high standard as far as prizes go. All right, baby, peace.
Appreciate you, Mike. Man, look, everybody that came, we felt like we won the prize.
We did.
Everybody and their families being up there and just getting to meet them, and I had fairly long conversations, I think, with everybody.
Yeah.
One group left a little early, so I didn't get to spend as much time with them.
That was a baby girl that said, JMart, I love you. Or you the
JMart
best.
is the best.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Poor child.
That was awesome.
But yeah, Mike had a blast. But yeah, it's hard for me to say what I was trying to say there, but it did look like Schaefer was pointing at Ron's sleigh.
Yeah. Oh, come on now. Come on now.
I mean,
I'm not going
it
down
does,
that road.
because I adjusted where I was pointing very quickly.
It was like, oh.
You're like,
whoa.
Not it.
Whoa.
Not
Hey
it.
now.
Hey now.
Easy. Sam in Cookville's next. Sam,
What's
go right
up,
ahead.
Sam?
Yeah. I was at a first-time NBA game. I had the San Antonio Spurs and the Golden State Warriors. It was the 35th anniversary, and I got to do one of them in-game commercials for the Golden State Warriors, and I met, can't remember his name, number 16 for Golden State.
Mm-hmm.
Biggest, tall guy I ever saw in my life.
Yeah,
And,
NBA is
I
no
got
joke.
to meet George the Iceman Gervin, got his
Nice.
autograph,
Wow.
and sit at the press box.
That is
Nice.
phenomenal
Nice.
right there. That is a good time. That's what that is.
Antonio Classic. I wasn't aware of a group get together.
We're going to have more, man. That was just one. Just to shout out most of everybody that we could, man, from this past weekend, too. Because they were the show. Honestly, every single one of them were the show, Jason, as far as this weekend went, man. Let me find the list. We had, of course, Cousin Mike was there at the Berry High, man. Scott Dupree was there. Schaefer on Sports was there, of course. Also, the Prophet 124 was there. Everybody had a good time, man. It was great pictures, great vibes. That's just one of the next one.
And when Mike did show up, I think it was louder than the crowd during the game because the game had just barely started. So everybody was just watching, and all of a sudden you hear, oh, because everybody turned around because Mike rolled in fashionably late.
As he should.
Yeah, but you knew it was him as soon as he walked in there.
Knew it was him, man.
Suge Knight.
Suge Mike, baby.
All up in the video.
All up in the video.
All in the video. Even though I don't know that he was actually shown in the video, in the sleigh video. 'Cause he was a little too far over to the right.
Yes, indeed.
In
But
those spots.
He was shown after the fact, though.
No doubt.
When Ron had to finish off his product, man. That was an awesome time. I can't say it enough, Jay.
It was. It was just a good time. It was a good party. That's what we hoped it would be.
People keep banging on Slate because of spilling the beer, but there was a big offensive lineman that kept punching his shoulder that was holding the beer.
Well, that's what Slay did, was try to blame Ramon for the events of that video.
See, always the finger pointer you got to look at, man.
But the thing about it is, it's a much better video because all that went down like that.
Yes. It was. It was.
It wasn't just a dance. It was a dance and
I sent you guys
sloshing all over.
The gifts that I made. The one when it's like, when he's ducking down really quick. That is hilarious. We're going to post him at some point.
He's basically a cartoon character. John in the Borough is next. John, what's up?
What's up, guys? Okay, so for the best game that I've ever been to, I got to take you back just a little bit. 1996. The then number 6 Tennessee Vols had been on a 4-game win streak against Ole Miss, Georgia, Alabama, and South Carolina. And they head down to the west side of the state to play the then Memphis State Tigers. With 34 seconds left, Quadri Anderson throws a 3-yard touchdown pass, and Memphis beats Tennessee 21-17 after being a 26-point underdog. My grandfather looked at me and said, "This is the second greatest day of my life, short of the day that my kids and my grandkids were being. That's the greatest game I've ever been to."
That's good. That's good. When you've got that kind of bona fides at the end of it.
Yeah. Granddad wasn't lying, man.
No.
Hey, he felt that. Wowzers. What a game, though.
Yeah. Stuff that happened when you have multiple things that happen in the final minute, final half minute.
Yeah.
That's going to be there. Mike,
Yes,
Gator Mike's next. What's going on, Mike?
What's going on, fellas? First off, Moan, I know you hear a lot of stuff at the Florida games down in the swamp as close as those stands are to the benches.
Them and LSU.
Oh, dude. Anyways, I got to tell you, of course, I've seen several great Tennessee-Florida games in the 90s, but I told Shafe my greatest game I went to was with my buddy Brian. We went to that Oklahoma-Tennessee game where Baker Mayfield led the comeback. Not only was it a great game, that's the loudest game I've ever been to in my life. It was unreal.
I can believe that. I mean, they got a rowdy crowd in itself also in Oklahoma. Like, seriously. Like, I was looking forward to being able to try to go to those games. And, of course, that got shut down.
Grilling and DJ extraordinaire Bam joining us on the line. Bam, what's up?
Oh, here we go.
Good morning, Ramon.
Good morning, Bam Bam.
How you feeling, Brody?
Man, if I was any better, I'd be you.
JMart, what's up, homie?
What's going on, man? I saw your grill already. Like I go on Twitter and I immediately see chicken legs staring at me, and I'm just like, what are you trying to do here? I got to host a radio show for the next 4 hours, and now I just want that.
I mean, I could just come set up out there in front of y'all and make sure that y'all are good. You know what I'm saying? But Ramon is scared, man. I keep calling him out. He won't come meet me, man.
Man, what I'm telling you is this: when we had this cookout, you pull up. That's all I'm telling you. Okay, I don't care where the food is getting catered at. You bring a little Weber grill, and I'll bring one too. How about that?
Hey, anytime, any place, son. I'm like Bret Hart. The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be.
That's the line. That is indeed the line. Excellence of execution out here.
Absolutely.
The way he's acting
right
now.
When I start calling in, I need the Hitman music for me. I need the Hitman music. Because Mike got his, I need the Hitman music.
He's trying to win the belt today, Jay. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, you're doing all that you can. So I know that I saw you tweeting out about your sporting event. It's probably one that a lot of people in Nashville have, but nobody's had a chance to say it yet.
Yeah, man. I went to WrestleMania, man. I saw the one where Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels fought for the belt.
In Anaheim?
Yes, sir.
So the Iron Man match in WrestleMania 12, that would have been.
Wow.
Yeah, I actually kind of cried a little bit, man, because I was a Hitman fan, but I love Shawn Michaels too.
Yeah.
But, I wasn't really mad, but it was just kind of like, like when Bret is your dude, but you like Shawn too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, it was like a 50-50 thing, but the experience of WrestleMania then was just different. You know what I'm like?
Oh, yeah.
I guess that was the start of the Attitude Era somewhat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
But, so that was something I'll never forget. And then I posted about the Titans, when y'all was talking about the seat. I was at the Mahomes game when Mahomes came back, and we beat them late in the fourth quarter. I was down in the front.
When he came back from the injury.
Bunch of people.
Yeah.
That is the craziest bunch of people. They don't care about anything. They say whatever. If they could jump on the field, they would.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Wow, that goes in right there.
I see we got some good callers on the line right now at 615-737-1045. We'll jump back into them after this break. Also, tons of you sending tweets already at JMart and Ramon, at JMart Radio, at Ramon Foster, at Schaefer on Sports on the coolest sporting event you've ever attended in person. Keep those coming. We'll read them throughout the program. We'll come back. More of your phone calls. JMart and Ramon, 104.5 The Zone.
When it comes to Titans football, the Blaine and Mickey podcast is off the charts.
The top of the charts of the charts of the charts. Yeah.
Subscribe to Blaine and Mickey wherever you get your podcasts to get the best on Titans football. 104.5 The Zone.
Hey, it's JMart. I don't know what your plans are this year in life, but I know a lot of people are really trying to make that decision to buy their home, maybe buy their first home. Maybe it's a fifth home. I don't know exactly your situation, but I can tell you this. Answering some of the questions that you might have. Is it a good time to buy? It's a good time to buy as long as you have the right people on your side to make sure you're not overpaying and to make sure that you don't have to settle for your seventh or eighth choice, because house boom is legit. These houses are gone almost as soon as they're out there, but it is possible to buy. Real estate industry certainly hasn't shut down. You can find, you can tour, you can finance, even close on a home virtually anywhere, but you've got to strike while the iron is hot, and right now it is red hot. Mortgage Investors Group That's who I trust. That's who you should trust too. They're ready to help you get pre-qualified through a complete touch-free process. The power of technology means MIG can help you with an end-to-end digital mortgage experience. Mortgage Investors Group, committed to helping Tennesseans like you and your family fulfill your dreams of home ownership today. Their mortgage experts will find and structure the mortgage that best fits your needs and achieves your goals. If you go to migonline.com right now, that's MIG for Mortgage Investors Group, migonline.com, you can get the advice that you need, get your questions answered, feel really good about your situation, whether you're buying a new home, whether you need to lower your home loan payment, maybe you need to pull some cash out of the equity in your home. Whatever your reasoning, I want you to let Mortgage Investors Group do the heavy lifting for you. Take that weight, take that stress right off your shoulders. Go to migonline.com for the office nearest you, or you can just text MIG to 31399. That's MIG to 31399 to get pre-qualified and get moving with Mortgage Investors Group. Equal housing lender, license number 109111.
Cisco Nashville is hiring CDL Class A delivery truck drivers. Cisco is the #1 food service supplier in North America, and delivery drivers are the face of Cisco service. Drivers will have daily routes in the area and are home every night. Qualified applicants can get a sign-on bonus and immediate medical and prescription coverage. Other benefits include paid vacation, medical and dental, as well as a generous retirement benefits. Apply online at careers.sysco.com. That's careers.sysco.com. SYSCO is an equal opportunity employer.
Hey guys, listen up. It's Ramon Foster here, and I got something for you guys. Prioritizing your health is more important than ever. I recommend Low T Center. It all starts with an annual wellness exam where they do a comprehensive health assessment exclusively for men. That's right, something for you guys, making it quick and easy to take care of your health. And now they offer a monitor self-inject at-home testosterone treatment for $135 a month, self-pay or covered by most health insurance. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
When you place a wager with William Hill Sportsbook, every sports moment is even more interesting. And we have a special offer to help you bet on all your favorite sports risk-free. Download the William Hill Sportsbook app, and when you sign up, you can get started with a risk-free bet of up to $500. Use promo code RadioRF. Must be 21 years or older and present in Tennessee to bet. Paid and free bets. New users only. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call or text the Tennessee Red Line at 1-800-889-9789. Let's make it interesting with William Hill Sportsbook.
Looking for a big diamond? Genesis Diamonds introduces our Elite Collection. These are large, rare diamonds in the top 1% of the world. 3 carat, 4 carat, 5 carat, up to 10 carat precious diamonds for the most discriminating buyers who appreciate quality. Genesis owners travel worldwide, tapping a vast network of diamond cutters, carefully hand-selecting each of these remarkable diamonds. We invite you to view this premium collection of GIA-certified diamonds, rounds, cushion cuts, emerald cuts, even fancy colored diamonds in size and quality never before seen here. And to showcase these exquisite stones, only Genesis has the finest handcrafted rings from all the world-class designers. If this is the year you're upgrading her original diamond, or you just want to go big for the first time, no need to travel to New York or Los Angeles or Antwerp. Genesis Diamonds' elite collection of large, precious diamonds is here in Nashville. Genesis Diamonds, voted year after year best jewelry store and best place to buy an engagement ring. Green Hills and Cool Springs.
Hey, homeowners, if your current mortgage rate is over 3%, you can save a ton of money with Loan Pronto's zero-cost refi. It's Dawn Davenport from 3HL. Even if you just refinanced your mortgage in 2020, do it again now. Snag an even lower rate with Loan Pronto. And if you act now, Loan Pronto can pay your closing costs too. Rates have started moving up, but these are still some of the lowest rates in the country. So act now, lock in that lower house payment, or get cash out of your equity. Loan Pronto makes it so easy they can close in 3 to 4 weeks with no paperwork, no big bank hassle. Plus, Loan Pronto can cover all of your closing costs. That's no points, no junk fees. In fact, most Loan Pronto refis don't even require an appraisal. Call now. Ask about the Loan Pronto zero-cost refi. 615-499-5780. Do it now. Even skip your next 2 house payments. LoanPronto.com, 615-499-5780. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Subject to lender approval. No cash refi not available on all loans.
TwinSpires Sportsbook is live in Tennessee, and they're coming out of the starting gates with their best offer yet for new players. With 1 week of risk-free bets up to $1,000. TwinSpires is backed by the same team as the Kentucky Derby, bringing over 140 years of excitement and wagering experience. Just download the TwinSpires app using promo code FREE1000 to get started. Void where prohibited. For terms and conditions, visit TwinSpires.com. Must be 21 and up and physically present in Tennessee to bet. See full terms and conditions at TwinSpires.com. For help with a gambling problem, call or text the Tennessee Red Line, 1-800-889-9789. It's time to say play ball, because your Nashville Sounds are back in town for opening day baseball at First Horizon Park tomorrow at 6:35. The Sounds host the St. Louis Cardinals affiliate for 6 games, Tuesday to Sunday. Don't miss opening weekend. Grab tickets today. Visit NashvilleSounds.com.
Unused prescription opioid pain medicines can spell trouble. Safely dispose of opioids before they can hurt your family. Find a drug take-back option such as medicine drop boxes. Visit www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
From the 104.5 The Zone Traffic Center.
Couple of problems this morning. 65 southbound after Portland, we have an accident with police on the scene. Rivergate, 65 northbound before Vietnam Veterans Boulevard. There's an accident in the right lane. Use caution. West, Charlotte Pike east of 40, we've got a crash. No problems on 24 or 440. No unusual delays on 40 or 840. I'm Christy O'Brien with traffic on your home for Titans football. 104.5 The Zone.
JMart and Ramon, 104.5 The Zone. Glad to be with you. Glad to be blessed enough to be with you. Glad to have been blessed enough to have been with you in person on Saturday. Some of you looking forward to a giant cookout. We're gonna turn it out, man. We're gonna need like 3 streets blocked off for what we're gonna try to do.
100%.
But it's gonna take. We're gonna set the thing up and do it right. But expect some fun and shenanigans with JMart and Ramon. You sit in some moments and you're just like, can't believe where you find yourself, especially a year ago when I had no idea what my future was going to look like. And then over the last 8.5 months, I become a father and I fall into the best spot I've ever been in my career, the most fun that I've ever had, the most blessed and humbled that I have felt, because you just realize it's all out of your hands, but somebody's really seemingly taking care of you right now. And it's really, really important. So the question that we're asking is a cool sporting event you've attended in person, coming off us being there at Bridgestone on Saturday. You know, honestly, when the Preds beat the Yotes and got into the Stanley Cup Finals, I was there for that clinching game. That's on the short list because there was a party all down Broadway all night. I've still got the video from that night.
Beat the Ducks, right?
Ducks, sorry. Why did I say the Yotes? The Ducks.
That is a demerit.
Yeah, you can give me a demerit.
That is a
fine.
demerit.
Thank you. Ducks.
Oh, and you get one
That is a demerit.
for yelling about giving him one.
No, we couldn't let him slide. Look, Schaefer, I'm trying to take this belt home
I
today.
was going to get to it, and you would give a demerit.
Yeah.
It was the Ducks, though.
That's what the belt has done today.
You need to calm down.
No, dog, I'm telling you, I'm about to put this blue fist on and just go to work.
You better
like
check
Wreck-It
yourself
Ralph.
before you wreck yourself.
I'm all hyped up on cold brew, is what I'm telling you.
Oh, by the way, Shafe, I got some stock cold brew in the fridge in here.
Oh, yes.
Smooth to the last drop.
No lighter fluid for me this morning.
No
Antonio Classic. What's going on, Tone?
What's up, Tone?
What's going on, guys, man? Good morning. I was going to give you guys the merits for not inviting me to the Preds game, but that's okay. We'll make up for it.
You will see us in person sometime soon, I promise.
I'm fully vaccinated. Either way. So I have to say my best event, I was going to go so many different angles, but mine has to be this NFL draft, only because not this past one. I went to this past one, the one in Nashville. I was actually able to get up on stage and announce my Miami Dolphins 7th-round pick of Mr. Myles Gaskin, our running back, which makes it even cooler. Me and him started talking. I talked to him throughout the year, and we actually met up at a Colts game, and I got to meet him in person, and he was telling me he was excited to meet me, and I was like, dude, you're crazy. I've been excited to meet you. So I could have went so many angles with different games I've gone through, even meeting Dan Marino, got a picture with Dan, but getting up on stage and announcing a pick for the team that you've been watching ever since you were a kid, I tell you what, man, I don't know if anything will ever take that cake, man. That was a pretty awesome moment for me.
That's strong right
cool.
there. And it's cool that Myles Gaskin followed up, and that's an athlete who knows what he's doing right there.
What's crazy is most athletes are just real chill. Like, you be excited. I'm excited too. It goes that way. I'm glad guys showed their personal side sometimes. That's pretty cool by him.
Yeah, it kind of makes me like Myles Gaskin more.
Yeah.
Just hearing that story. Cousin Andrew.
Kiss my ass.
What's going on, Andrew?
What's up, Andrew?
First of all, I'm going to take a book out of McGregor's page and change one word. I would like to apologize to absolutely everybody. Look, JMart, Ramon, Schaefer, first of all, the fact that I had to turn down tickets for Saturday night, it crushed my soul. Secondly, though, and I'm going to call her out, and look, I know her boss listens to this show. Well, one of them, Benny or Brent, whoever, so you can make sure she gets the message. I'm driving and can't text her. We could have went. That wedding was at 3 o'clock, and she likes to bounce out early. I could have shown up late. I could have pulled the cousin Mike. But either way, guys, I look forward to seeing y'all in person at the next event. But yes, thank you. I accept that. But my most memorable sports game I ever went to, my grandfather, who is a cheapskate and likes to split a Wendy's 4 for $4. On the way to the game after church gets out at noon and we make it to the game at halftime, took me to the Buffalo Bills game where in the last 13 seconds after he tried to leave early, the Music City Musical happened, Ramon. So that was one of the best moments of my life, man.
The Music City Musical.
Yes, sir. We were actually in that end zone where Dyson ran it in. So it was awesome. Anyways, boys, I'm glad y'all had a good time Saturday. I'll catch y'all at the next one.
Yeah, you definitely will. You definitely will. That was a fun call.
It was a good call.
Yeah, a lot of people, Music City Musical was on their list. I think Bam also had that, but then he added WrestleMania, which gave him another talking point. Matt Moon says the Iron Man match at Mania 12 is a little overrated. I think you can say that now, Matt. I agree with you. It's certainly not a particularly exciting match, but at the time, I could understand why it had the love that it did. And, of course, there were a lot of matches that went 90 minutes on house shows that you never saw. I mean, guys were going 45 on a regular basis in the late 80s, and those weren't, we're going to do an Iron Man match and go 60. But I think that because WWE did what they did, I felt like they accomplished their goal with that match. But I do agree, it's certainly not one of the great matches of all time or anything. But at the time, I think it was pretty big spectacle. Plus, that was the show where Shawn Michaels came down the zip line to the ring, which you've seen iconically pretty much ever since. We got a ton of comments on Twitter. We've got all sorts of stuff coming in on 104.5 Zone TV. A lot of you on YouTube, it looks like, this morning. Brian McClain just asked a question. Are we real fans if we call it the Music City Musical?
Yes, we are.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we are.
You're real fans of this show.
Music City Musical gives you cousin status.
It gives you, because you were there. What does that sound? You should be here. That's what we are right now. You should be here.
I heard Ramon botch the Music City Miracle, and all I got was this lousy T-shirt.
The Music City Musical.
There it is.
Now we got a belt, baby.
We do have a belt, and right now I think we're all competing for it. All competing for it. And that's what it's going to be. Now there's stakes.
I see you jockeying.
Now there's stakes. Bam wants to grill him. 615-737-1045. 737-1045. We'll get to more of your comments. We'll get to the second hour of the show. Yes, Aaron Rodgers is still being talked about. Zion Williamson is out. It's an interesting topic, perhaps, to jump into there. Also, To'o is officially a Crimson Tide member. There's that. And there's the Mike Sando piece in The Athletic about John Robinson and the Titans draft this year. Let's just say there's some fireworks in that couple of paragraphs. Bob. We'll talk all about that, plus more of your phone calls when we come back. Second hour next here on The Zone.
104.5 The Zone TV. Watch us now. Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope.
Hey, it's JMart. Next time you're at home, I want you to look around, see if you notice doors and windows that are sticking. Maybe they've been sticking for a while. You thought it was heat, then you thought it was cool air. Now you think it's heat again. Maybe it's rain. No, it might be something else. Maybe you got a Bowen basement wall. Maybe you got cracks in your bricks, chimneys leaning, concrete's cracked or uneven, all of these. signs of a possible foundation issue with your home. If that sounds serious, that's because it is serious. When it comes to foundation repair, nobody does it better than my friends at United Structural Systems. USS has served Middle Tennessee so well for over 25 years. Their integrity and reputation off the charts. Better Business Bureau agrees, giving them the all-important A+ rating. They're also locally owned, not a franchise, which means they've got time for you and your family. They can come out and customize a solution for you, for you and your family, for every homeowner that they service, depending on your specific needs. Also, free estimate. It'll be a detailed free estimate after the diagnosis to tell you exactly what's going on, and then you make the choice. If you tell them to get to work, that's exactly what they're going to do. Nobody's going to do it better, and then when they're done, you're going to see that for yourself. They're going to take you through the job, top to bottom, and then the very last step is pay. And it's much easier to pay when you've seen the finished product. So you can feel not just good, not just great, but stupendous about calling my friends at United Structural Systems today. Here's the telephone number, 615-227-2275. That's 227-2275, or visit them online at ussTN.com, United Structural Systems.
This is Boomer Esiason with the CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by Cordell & Cordell, Fair Divorce for Men. Visit dadsdivorce.com. Seattle wide receiver DK Metcalf tried to earn a spot in next month's 100 meters Olympic trials. Despite having no formal sprinting background and training for this challenge only a few months, Metcalf does deserve credit for competing at yesterday's USA Track and Field meet in Walnut, California. Above all, kudos to DK for posting a 10.3 seconds time. That's remarkable for a 6'3", 230-pound football player, by the way, folks. However, as the New York Times noted, compared to Usain Bolt's world record of 9.58 seconds, Metcalf's time was nearly 0.8 of a second slower, which might as well be an hour in an event often decided by hundredths of a second. These are world-class athletes. They do this for a living, said Metcalf. It's very different from football speed, from what I just realized. I'm Boomer Esiason.
CBS Sports Radio. Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Your car in need of a cleaning? We've got you covered. We have all the wash and wax products you're looking for, from interior to exterior cleaners. They'll help you freshen up your ride inside and out, while keeping it protected from dirt and grime that can damage your car. And you can get everything you need even faster. Just order online at AutoZone.com and choose free same-day store pickup. Getting your job done just got easier. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. When the prospect of divorce becomes a reality, you need a partner that you can count on. If you're a man in this situation, consider contacting Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men navigate complex legal matters for 30 years.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Nashville area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Online at CordellCordell.com. 810 Crescent Center Drive, Suite 160, Franklin, Tennessee, 37067.
For 50 years, Farm Bureau Health Plans has been closing the gaps in Medicare coverage. That kind of experience is huge, especially to my health coverage. I found a dental and vision plan to cover what Medicare doesn't. I turned to Farm Bureau Health Plans. With their dental vision plan, I have the best coverage around, covering everything from eyeglasses to dentures. Make your game plan with Dental Vision Silver from Farm Bureau Health Plans. Supreme coverage for less than $1.50 a day. To find out more or sign up, visit fbhp.com. Tell them Coach Max sent you.
Summer is almost here, and that means backyard grill outs, and it's not complete without Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com and enter keyword ZONE in the search bar to order the mouthwatering Let's Go Grill package today. Not only will you get a great savings, you'll get the tasty bonus of 12 ultra juicy Omaha Steaks burgers free. That's almost 4 pounds of free burgers. To top it off, you'll also get $20 off your first order. The Let's Go Grill package includes 4 butcher-cut filet mignons, 4 boneless pork chops, 1 pound of chicken breasts, 4 kielbasa sausages, and so much more. Here's to warmer days filled with fun family memories and epic backyard grill outs featuring the best steak of your life guaranteed. Go to omahasteaks.com, use the code ZONE in the search bar, and for a limited time get 12 free Omaha Steaks burgers and $20 off at checkout on your first order. That's omahasteaks.com, keyword ZONE.
Mike Keith here. You know Nashville's at a huge seller's market right now. A lot of people could sell their homes and make a fortune, but they're afraid to because because they think they won't find a place to buy. It's a huge missed opportunity, but my good friend Gary Ashton has the solution. Don't sell without the intel. Any real estate agent can put your home on the market, but you need a world-class team who can get you into the next one. With over 200,000 visitors to GaryAshton.com a month, nobody has better Nashville property intel, including off-market properties. It's the secret that the Gary Ashton team has to help you win the buyer battle, give you the confidence to sell today, and get top dollar for your home. If you're sitting on the sidelines, don't. With the Gary Ashton team, you can sell now, buy later, and relax. Cash in on your home equity now and get the best of all worlds for tomorrow. Call the Gary Ashton team with RE/MAX Advantage today at 615-301-1650 or visit GaryAshton.com. Sell now, buy later, and don't sell without the intel.
Unused prescription opioid pain medicines can spell trouble. Safely dispose of opioids before they can hurt your family. Find a drug take-back option such as medicine drop boxes. Visit www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Hey, this is Liz Allison with Off the Track. Join us Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. for the latest in NASCAR news and get up close and personal with your favorite drivers, past and present. Off the Track, fueled by State Water Heaters, Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. on 104.5 The Zone.
From the 104.5 The Zone Traffic Center.
40 westbound before 24, there's an accident in the left lane. Watch for stop-and-go traffic. West Charlotte Pike east of 40, we've got an accident being cleared. In Portland, 65 southbound after Portland, there's an accident with police on the scene. No problems on 840 or 24. We're looking good on 440. This report brought to you by Discover. Discover matches all the cash back you earn on your credit card at the end of your first year. It's amazing because Discover's accepted at 99% of places in the U.S. that take credit cards. Learn more at discover.com/yes. 2021 Nielsen Report, limitations apply. I'm Christy O'Brien with traffic on your home for Titans football. 104.5 The Zone.
From the Mark Spain Real Estate Studios, Titans Radio releases the Titans schedule Wednesday night at 7. WGFX Gallatin, Nashville. Trending now at 104.5 The Zone.
It is 7:02. Good morning. I'm Jonathan Schaefer. Win and in, and they did, and they are. The Nashville Predators clinched the fourth and final playoff spot in the Central Division with a 3-1 victory over the Carolina Hurricanes Saturday night at Bridgestone Arena. Luke Cunnin scored twice. UC Saros made 21 saves, and the Predators have qualified for the playoffs for the 7th consecutive season. Carolina, the top seed in the division, and Nashville will face off in the first round of the playoffs. We'll wrap up the regular season tonight at Bridgestone Arena. Puck drop set for 7 o'clock. Also Saturday, after 3 straight home draws to begin the season, Nashville SC defeated the New England Revolution 2-0 at Nissan Stadium. Third time this season, Nashville SC had scored 2 goals in a game. Also gives them back-to-back shutouts. Baseball, Braves defeated the Phillies 6-1. Freddie Freeman and Dansby Swanson each hit home runs. Braves have won 5 of their last 6, once again at the 500 mark in terms of their record. The Nashville Sounds game Sunday at Toledo was postponed by rain. Their first home game of the season Tuesday against Memphis, which begins a 12-game homestand. Rory McIlroy ended an 18-month winless drought by capturing the Wells Fargo Championship by 1 stroke, and Martin Truex Jr. dominated at Darlington to collect his 3rd win of the season, leading the NASCAR Cup Series. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Do I have everybody's attention now?
Now it's time for Jason Martin and Vol for Life Ramon Foster.
Powered by all 4 Seasons Garage Doors.
Together, they are JMart and Ramon on 104.5 The Zone.
Hour number 2, fastest 4 hours in radio. That's one hashtag. Another one is For the Fam. It's good finally meeting some of you guys on Saturday. Looking forward to meeting a heck of a lot more of you as we continue this ride we call JMart and Ramon here on 104.5 The Zone, along with 11-year NFL veteran and Ball for Life Ramon Foster, and the greatest, best there was, best there is, best there ever will be, Jonathan Schaefer. Yeah. I'm Jason Martin. We're on Twitter at JMart and Ramon. Did you just snicker underneath that, Mo?
No, there's a huge debate going on right now. One of my group chats, man. Somebody found a Tennessee drill from 2007.
Like a skill
like
drill?
A spring, like a spring practice, man.
Snapper? No, those are lawnmowers.
we have this drill called the Tennessee drill. It's basically one-on-ones. And Rob Ayers found the video. Thing is, Rob isn't in a favorable position. I am. I'm beating him in this drill, and he posted a video trying to brag. And I'm like, Rob, I bodied you in this Tennessee drill. I see the look on your face, man.
Hey, man, I'm trying to win the title like everybody else. We're going to start doing off the top of each hour, at least once a show. I'm going to try to do the top comment that I'm seeing. Top comment right now from Kathleen. Kathleen Hayes has sent us a couple of different messages. One saying good morning on YouTube, then saying love mornings with J and R. Well, we appreciate you, Kathleen.
Absolutely.
And we hear you out there. Matt Moon says he remembers my first morning on the air, how confused he was on what was happening, and been here since, and then says respect. And that's cool to see as well.
Yeah.
So we were at the Preds game on Saturday, and we were talking about coolest experiences you've ever had in person at a sporting event. I got a bunch of them, and I know you do too, just from playing. I don't have those. I don't have that side. I have other sides. But I want to tell a really, really fast story here. And hopefully I remember it exactly properly. We went to WrestleMania 27 in Atlanta. Horrible show. One of the worst WrestleManias of all time.
Horrible show. Wow.
One of the worst WrestleManias of all time. But I think it might be untouchable in terms of the greatest sporting events ever. When it comes to, I mean, the list I have is really impressive in terms of things that I was there to see in person. But this one has a different touch. Yesterday was Mother's Day, obviously. WrestleMania 27, I went to with my dad. And, you know, as an adult and everything else, it was one of the first things that he and I had done together. Like, we just really, we got away and we went to Atlanta for a few days and we went to Mania and we had a good time. But this is where the story is relevant. After the show, we take the whatever it's called, the MARTA system down there. We get off a stop too soon. And it's a mess of people everywhere and all this. We get off a stop too soon, so we have about a mile walk back to the hotel in Atlanta at night. And as we are getting, I'd say maybe a half a mile in, Dad just doesn't look right. He looks very unhealthy all of a sudden. And it's not just because of his age. It's just like he's not breathing well.
Wow.
There's something up here. And I stop a few times. I'm like, are you okay? And he doesn't say anything. And I kind of know, I know what I'm watching at this point in time. We make it back to the hotel. But we go very, very slowly. And we get into the room and he doesn't look right. And he has a look on his face where it's just like, uh-oh. And I think he had been just kind of hoping this wasn't going to be the case, sweeping under the rug just like a tough guy would.
Right.
All that kind of stuff. But I remember him telling me that night, he was like, let's not tell Mom about this.
Oh, wow.
And I remember saying something like, well, we need to get it checked out, though, when you get back. You make an appointment and get it checked out. So we get back. He gets a doctor's appointment a couple of days after we get back. And the doctor's like, your heart could stop any second. We've got to get you in surgery immediately. And he ends up having a triple bypass. Had we not taken that trip to Mania, had we not gotten off that bus one stop too soon, who knows if he ever makes that appointment? Who knows if he ever finds out the condition of his heart at that point in time? Who knows whether or not he actually is with us right now? So you can, all the cool stuff that I've done in my career, that's the one event that I'm never going to forget.
Wow. You were meant to be there.
No
meant
question.
To get off.
And it wasn't the kind of thing that we usually would have done. Like, I was looking at tickets and Dad just kind of flippantly was like, well, I wouldn't mind going.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was just one of those moments where, once again, you just know it's not really in your hands. But since that point, I mean, Dad changed his whole life. He lost a ton of weight, which, you know, before I ever even considered trying, he lost a ton of weight and he's been in much better health. And I credit a mistake at WrestleMania 27 to that happening. So that would probably be the top of my list.
Sports, man. Ups, downs, life lessons, or just experiences as a whole, Jay. Nobody would ever thought that. Like, not at all. Goodness gracious, man. Goodness gracious, that is awesome. That's a great story right there.
Bobby says, not a good thing, but memorable. I was at Daytona when Dale Earnhardt lost his life.
We
all remember that.
I was younger when that happened. I don't actually I remember just everything stopping whenever that happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was one of the wildest moments in sports, I'd say, as far as abruptly between him and, I hate to say it, but like Kobe, the way it happened. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, those two things, like, seemed like the sports world stopped when both of those things happened right there.
Yeah,
Very
Kobe was definitely something that hit different. No question. Cousin Champ is in Nashville. We go to him next. Champ, go right ahead.
All right, guys. So my coolest event I was at was, I believe, 2004 Steelers-Titans playoff game. And late in that game, McNair hits his hand on a Steelers helmet, splits his finger wide open. They take him off the field, and rumor is you can see the bone. There's people puking on the sideline. They basically duct tape him up. He goes back on the field and leads us on a game-winning drive. That place was live.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, the thumb to the helmet, that always sucks. God,
Every time you see that on a replay, you're just like.
And most people are like, yeah, tough guy, you're all right, yeah, until you hit your thumb on a helmet.
Jamming my finger on like a basketball or something.
Yeah.
Now make that much worse, and that's what we're talking about here.
100%.
And then the hand is what you use for your livelihood.
Yes.
Bob in Columbia is next. Bob, go right ahead.
Morning, Bob.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. I wanted to mention 3 games that I was at Knoxville. Well, first, Jason, your father's story there, I call that the providence of God.
Oh, no question.
But I was at Notre Dame in '79 when we beat them up there. Andy Spiva was a linebacker. '82 was Bear Bryant's last game. We hadn't beat him in 12 years, and that was his last game in Knoxville. And then in '85, we beat Auburn. They were number 1 in the country. Touchdown Tony, and he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated that next week. Excuse me. So they were great games, and I thought I'd just mention those.
Sure.
God bless y'all.
All right, you too, Bob. Bob's who we met out at the golf tournament.
Yeah, by the way. Sweet car collection, too, by the way. Yeah, sweet car collection, by the way. But he's absolutely right about your experience in Atlanta, Jay. That doesn't happen no other way.
No, I mean, like I said, it sounded cliche because I made it the way I started every show. When I say I'm blessed beyond measure, all reasonable and otherwise, I mean, how else would you explain that?
You can't.
How would you explain that? How would you explain my lovely wife, who's now a mother, me going home to that beauty and that smile and that intellect, and not even a month into the life of our daughter, just seeing somebody that was born to do this in addition to a million other things. There's so much. I mean, you and Keisha and just our lives and the fact that this show was put together and all that kind of stuff. Like, look, it seems like every step I take is another testimony to, hey, man, this one's under control. You don't need to worry. You don't need to be anxious about anything. Every day has enough problems of its own, but just continue to take steps and continue to walk in faith. It's that simple.
That's it, man. Let go and let God, as they say, man.
So we got, let's see. I saw somebody mention a Denver Broncos Cincinnati Bengals game where Cincinnati won on a Jeremy Hill 90-yard run. I think they said that just to try and win the Petty Championship from me.
That's what they're doing.
I understand. I mean, I get it. Terry Taylor, not that Terry Taylor. Maybe not that other Terry Taylor either. Either the Red Rooster or the one that played at Austin Peay that used to play at Bowling Green, who I called a lot of his high school games, including the state title game. He said coolest one he was at was a Pirates game at Three Rivers Stadium. His 5-year-old caught the first pitch.
What?
In 1998.
It's pretty cool.
Speaking of 98,
really cool.
A couple people saying they were there for the 98 Natty, Blake Richmond being one of them. And James Lewis is really trying to win the Petty Championship.
What he's going in with,
James Lewis said, I bet all of 300,000 will say it was the Music City Miracle that they attended. Because that's the running joke, is that everybody in Nashville was at the Music City Miracle because they want to believe. Like, everybody, you don't want to be – that's a FOMO situation.
You was in Nashville and you weren't there? Like,
It's the same thing in Pittsburgh with the Immaculate Reception. It's the
Yeah,
same
I
thing.
mean, pretty much.
There's like 17-year-olds right now like, oh, man, I remember being the Music City Miracle. It's like, do you now?
Oh.
Do you? 615-737-1045, 737-1045. Mike Sando and The Athletic. We're going to talk about that when we come back. We'll continue to read your comments on the coolest sporting event you've attended as well. We'll be right back. It's JMart and Ramon, 104.5 The Zone.
Want more fun from JMart and Ramon? Yes, that also means the pettiness. Hang out with Jason and Ramon whenever you want. Subscribe to JMart and Ramon wherever you get your podcasts.
It's JMart. It's kind of a weird weekend. On Saturday, I actually had to turn the heat on. And then yesterday, I was sweating and had to turn the air conditioning back on. I know we're going to be somewhere in the 80s by the end of this week, kind of in the 70s for a lot of it. So there'll be some overcast and all. But what I know is I want to make sure I'm comfortable in my home this summer, whether it's watching sporting events or streaming Netflix, whatever it might be. I want to make sure that I can be inside and be refreshed. So it might be time to think about replacing your cooling system before summer actually arrives. If it is, I want you to call Lee Company. My friends over there do everything right. But I want you to ask about their current special financing offers. Your heating and air conditioning system not only keeps you comfortable, it can also help enhance the quality of air around you and your loved ones. It means it's healthier, and if it's more efficient, that means it's also going to save you money. It's a good chance your HVAC's pushing too hard, working too hard, and that energy, that's just showing up more on your bill. Don't wait until your old system breaks. Have Lee Company take a look today. Right now, you can get $1,250 off the price of a new HVAC unit. That's $1,250 off the price of a new HVAC unit, or enjoy special financing. LeeCompany.com/promotions will show you all the cool things you can get done for less. But I want you to give them a call, 615-567-1000. That's 567-1000, or visit them online at LeeCompany.com.
Switching your car insurance to Geico is both easy and could save you hundreds. It's the best of both worlds. Like a butcher with a sense of humor. A co-meat Ian.
Well, I'd tell you a joke, but I'd probably butcher it. The stakes are too high.
Geico. Easy and savings. The best of both worlds.
Cisco Nashville is hiring CDL Class A delivery truck drivers. Cisco is the #1 food service supplier in North America, and delivery drivers are the face of Cisco service. Drivers will have daily routes in the area and are home every night. Qualified applicants can get a sign-on bonus and immediate medical and prescription coverage. Other benefits include paid vacation, medical and dental, as well as a generous retirement benefits. Apply online at careers.sysco.com. That's careers.sysco.com. SYSCO is an equal opportunity employer.
When you place a wager with William Hill Sportsbook, every sports moment is even more interesting. And we have a special offer to help you bet on all your favorite sports risk-free. Download the William Hill Sportsbook app, and when you sign up, you can get started with a risk-free bet of up to $500. Use promo code RADIORF. Must be 21 years or older and present in Tennessee to bet. Paid and free bets. New users only. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call or text the Tennessee Red Line at 1-800-889-9789. Let's make it interesting with William Hill Sportsbook.
Hey folks, this is Paul Winkler. I've been coaching investors for over 30 years. You may have heard me talk about research about how low investor returns have been versus the markets over the past 3 decades. Ever wonder why? Well, it's easy. Investors and advisors lose discipline at the worst times, and it's typically when the world seems to be in chaos. Think about the things that people thought would destroy their retirement over the past several years. Y2K, global cooling, global warming, oil running out, stagflation, government spending, Clintonomics, Reaganomics, Obama, terrorism, the dollar crashing. It's always something, and markets do go up and down, so it just adds to the fear. Here's the point. There are always people out there that are telling you that the world is about to end. And they're really good at convincing you that it truly is different now. Realize that they typically have a lot to gain by you listening to them and acting on what they're saying. If you're tired of being whipsawed and want to learn to gain a sense of confidence when it comes to investing, call us for a free initial consultation, 615-851-1950, or set something up online at paulwinkler.com.
I love your new home. How did you find this neighborhood?
It's a Partners in Building neighborhood. There are 5 of them, all around Brentwood and Franklin. Our home is on an acre, but they have communities with 3 acres or even 5 acres.
Partners in Building, huh? They built this gorgeous home?
Partners in Building did everything. They designed the plans, helped us choose all the stuff, and every step went really smooth.
We've been thinking about building. How did you get started?
Easy. Go to partnersinbuilding.com or call 615-486-4009.
Due to a shortage of new and used vehicles, prices are much higher than they were just a year ago. Some may even tell you now is not the time to buy a vehicle. But at Music City Autoplex, they have actively increased their inventory and selection. They believe that if you're going to buy a vehicle now, you should still be able to get what you want at some of the lowest prices in the market. Biggest inventory, best selection, best prices. When you compare, it's obvious why Music City Autoplex is the uncommon dealership. Go to MusicCityAutoplex.com or visit in person, 2430 Gallatin Pike North.
Has she seen an engagement ring she really loves? A unique look from a top-notch designer? You won't find it at just any store, but you will at Genesis Diamonds.
At Genesis Diamonds, we work with the most sought-after designers in this country. We are proud to feature lines like Tacori, Baraggio, Kurt Cara, Henry Dawsey, A. Jaffe, Jeff Cooper, Gabriel, and many more.
Since other jewelers can't get these designers, David says beware of knockoffs.
Often stores will result to copying or knocking off a designer ring just to compete with Genesis. And oftentimes, you will actually pay the same, if not more, for that fake.
Why risk it? Genesis has the real deal. Unique, handcrafted, cutting-edge designs and award-winning craftsmanship.
So not only will you get the exact product you wish with the brand you trust, but at a price that you can afford.
Get her the ring of her dreams at Genesis Diamonds.
Every girl wants a designer ring. They don't want Joe in the back room to make a copy. They want the real thing.
Continuously voted best jewelry store and best place to buy an engagement ring. Green Hills and Cool Springs.
Hey, what's up? It's Will Bowling. Tuesday nights on 104.5 The Zone. They're soccer nights. Join myself, Lucas Panzica, and Davey Shepard talking Nashville SC, MLS, and much more. It's the Nashville Soccer Show, Tuesday nights at 9.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Stressed out? Try Stress Balls De-Stressing Gummies. Eat a couple and you'll feel like... Keep taking Stress Balls gummies and eventually your world feels like... Stress less and live more with Stress Balls Gummy Supplements.
From the 104.5 The Zone Traffic Center.
Downtown, 24 eastbound after Shelby Avenue, a disabled vehicle has been moved to the right shoulder. 40 westbound, delays at 24. Earlier accident is now clear. West, Charlotte Pike east of 40, we've got an accident being cleared. Woodbine, Briley Parkway eastbound, watch for a crash at 24. And Portland, 65 southbound before Portland, there's an accident with police on the scene. I'm Christy O'Brien with traffic on your home for Titans football, 104.5 The Zone.
JMart and Ramon, 104.5 The Zone. At JMart and Ramon on Twitter. Jason Martin, 11-year NFL veteran, Ball for Life, Ramon Foster. Jonathan Schaefer. That's the crew. That's the trifecta. We're with you until 10 a.m. this morning. I'm reading Tyler Dunn's article at GoLongTV.com right now on Jordan Love. Man, two really interesting articles on two young quarterbacks. I'm working on this one, which adds more fuel to the trade Aaron Rodgers on June 1st fire, which is what Tyler Dunn's talking about. The other one is Rich Cimini of ESPN writing about Zach Wilson and the 6-month process that led the Jets to select him, and going in great detail in long form about how enamored the Jets have been with Zach Wilson for a long time and how they got there, what tapes they watched, including against Tennessee.
Of course.
Being one of those tapes. But even one of the tapes that they were most impressed by was Zach Wilson in a loss. But it's a really, really well done article. Whether or not you believe in Zach Wilson or not, I'm still skeptical. But that's the best sell job I've seen on him so far.
Me too.
It made me want to cheer for him, and I didn't realize he was 6'2" either.
I thought
he looked shorter than that, but apparently he's 6'2".
So, I mean, he's appropriate. I mean, he's taller than Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
So that says a lot. Is Jalen Hurts around 6'2", or he
somewhere in there? He's around my height.
Okay. All right.
Somewhere in there.
I just want to see him succeed.
6'2.5", so yeah.
Coming from BYU to New York, though, I mean, just knowing his whole background, his makeup, his family, and just everything else, like, if there's any part of me want to see him succeed, is the fact that he's really like small town kid almost going to the big city. Like, how is he going to be able to conquer New York? You know what I'm saying? That's like one of those fairy tale narratives that you write, but I mean, you got to admit, this is a big ordeal for a guy like Zach Wilson going to New York. I mean, it was big for Mark Sanchez. And we see how he got chewed up and spit out.
I just looked up and saw DK Metcalf running in the 100 meters.
Insane.
Probably don't do that, though.
Insane.
Probably not something he needs to be doing.
You know what? You saw my tweet about it yesterday.
Didn't.
Oh, my tweet was this. Of course, NFL at NFL Network on Twitter, they were, of course, praising, like DK ran 10-3-7, 3-6, whatever it was. And it's interesting because to me, of course, this is my union side coming in too. We had a situation last week, and we really didn't talk much about it.
It's a Broncos situation?
Yeah, the Broncos situation with Juwan James, VFL, go Vols. There we go for him. He signed a contract, I think, 2 years ago. May have played one of them, then opted out last year. Cool. This offseason has been one of those situations where players have kind of come together and say, we're boycotting the offseason. We won't show up, although release dates came out last week about OTAs, minicamp, and stuff like that. Well, with Juwan's situation, he tore his Achilles off-site, training for his job. Cool. NFL releases a memo basically stating out that you're not protected if you train off-site and you get injured, and it's never really been an issue. I've played with guys who have gotten hurt off-site at other places, whether it's hamstring, growing. Also, a guy in the same situation, a lineman tore his Achilles training off-site in Pittsburgh. Also, Pittsburgh, of course, honored his contract. He got paid. He traveled with us after his surgery was done. All of this type of stuff comes into play. They basically honored the contract. Well, now you got the NFL saying you're not protected. You should be on site, all of this type of stuff. So it's crazy they name dropped Juwan in it, saying this is his fault. You screwed up for being off site. But on the other side of it, they're praising DK for doing an off-site training.
Yeah, you can't do that.
/ what do you want to call it? That was training, exhibition.
That was I don't even know what that was. That was look at me.
Yeah.
Kinda. And maybe it was let me test myself a little bit.
Which is cool.
I get that.
I'm with it.
Except if he rips an Achilles doing that, tears a quad doing that, then what?
Then what is the NFL going to have to say?
Right.
But they're praising DK Metcalf, which it was phenomenal. That guy is easily 60 pounds heavier than everybody else in the blocks. And I think it was the 9th in his heat. I mean, he still ran fast, for a guy his size. But the NFL is tweeting him out, congratulating him on it, retweeting other players and stuff like that for an off-site competition. But they criticize Juwan James in the same sense. So is that pot calling the kettle black, or what is it?
So I want to read something that one of my colleagues at Fox Sports, this was his take on, because the NFLPA put them on blast for the memo that they put out in the wake of the James situation, because they were angry about rules. They were angry about how this thing played out. So I want to read what this guy said to you, Moan, because I think you're in a unique position to speak on this. He said, I'm not going to tell you who this guy is. I can tell you at the end, but because this guy's a little bit more of a hot take artist.
Of course.
But I want to see what you think of this. He says, I can't state any clearer what a bunch of idiots DeMaurice Smith and the NFLPA look like. Let's be real. If the NFL called the NFLPA gutless, which is what the PA called the NFL in the wake of this memo, the media would have a field day. The same applies to them. If you want to be treated like an adult, speak like an adult. They pay you millions of dollars, so they kind of own the rights to how you take care of your body. It's called work. If you didn't want this to be the case, you shouldn't have signed a 10-year extension to a collective bargaining agreement. Why are we still fighting when the war has already been decided? That doesn't make any sense. If you didn't want workout bonuses, you shouldn't have put them in the contract. This is no different than any other profession in any other sport. You're making jerks of yourselves. You have a union and you have a contract. You agreed to this contract, and if it's in the contract, it is law. Who are you calling gutless? The gutless thing is to not take any accountability. That's why I say that a smart, respected man like DeMaurice Smith looks like an idiot.
Not true. This, like you said, that's a hot take. It's a really cool hot take.
That's why I wanted you to hear that, because I know you're going to be able to put it in its place.
That is a hot take, and that's cool. Also, it's this. The reason you would call the NFL gutless is because if you've been in those meetings and see how they, direct players, talk about players, don't care about players, then you understand their meaning behind this. Okay, and the reason D. Smith is calling the NFL out and the NFLPA is calling the NFL out on this act in general is because in any kind of regular year before COVID, before you realize you didn't have to be at the facility, then you realize this. guys want to be away, and they can. The thing that he has a point about is this. If you have workout bonuses, incentives in your contract, that is a player to agent to team situation. This isn't a collective bargaining situation. That's one thing we talked about. Hey, guys, if y'all don't want to be in, let's say, small town Green Bay, then you shouldn't put that incentive in there that says you're supposed to be there 80% of the time. That is a you problem. So in that point, that's okay, and I'm all right with defending that. And that's one thing that I said when it was brought up about that. Also, guys are still able to go. But what's happening right now is this. You had a guy, high-profile, high-paid guy like Juwan James get hurt off-site. And you also are put in a situation where the owners and the league screwed a group out of this NFL collective bargaining agreement. The CBA, they screwed a group out, and now they're backtracking, and now they're putting stuff out in the airwaves to defend themselves, to kind of reel it back in. Because they allowed no offseason last year because of the pandemic. Didn't allow it. It just happened that way. The product was still good. Now we're getting to where, okay, we're loosening the strings a little bit and we're getting back to normal. Well, Jason, guess what group got screwed out between the owners and the NFLPA? The coaches. Now they got to a point to where the coaches are just sitting in the office getting paid, twirling their thumbs, and can't see their guys. But when they were worried about negotiating a deal that was beneficial for them and for the union, they didn't consult the coaches. So now you got coaches that are sitting in the office that want to meet with young guys. You got special team coaches that want to figure out, what does this guy look like? What is he willing to do for this team? And they can't get that opportunity right now. Thing is this, though. He's right. OTAs, mandatory, quotation marks. Phase 1, phase 2, voluntary, okay? All of it's voluntary, but you know the coaching, the psychology of playing a sport, all sports is, man, it's open gym. Guess what, in basketball? Everybody's there probably every day unless they got something going on. OTAs, organized team act, voluntary. But guess what? About 90% of the team is there, okay? Is that really voluntary, or is it kind of like the psychology of, man, you should be here, but you ain't got to be here? So what's happening now is the NFL got an opportunity to try to make an example out of somebody with Juwan James and his contract, because it's a big piece of money, over $10 million.
Yes, it is.
And now they're in a position to say, we got to find a way to get them back in the building. So their attempt of threatening guys to get back in the building, because if you get hurt, then it's on you. Well, guess what? It was fine up until this point, to where y'all lost control of guys saying they don't want to be in the building, and it's proven that they don't have to right now. So, yes, it is gutless. You've seen, if you've been in those rooms and heard what the owners have said and done and tried to do. The Saints won the Super Bowl. The year they won the Super Bowl, you know what their team owners did? Went to the Senate in New Orleans in Louisiana and tried to lobby against guys filing for workers' comp and line of duty. That's after winning you a Super Bowl. These are guys that put their life on the line so you can hoist the trophy in your city. And guess what? You can't file your workers' comp or line of duty. All your benefits you want to get, trying to get them stripped away. That's gutless right there. So
that's greedy, is what that is.
Yes, that's very greedy. Again, this is an NFL problem to me now, because the coaches are probably looking at their owners like, y'all really got us out of coaching. Because at the end of the day, good coaches, they want to coach their players. It's just a matter now that the NFL just kind of loosened their rope a little bit too much, and now they're trying to do whatever they can. But on the opposite side of that, they praise DK Metcalf, which he should be, by the way. But what if DK had something crazy happen?
Well, like I said, when I saw it, I was just like, this would drive me nuts if I was in the Seahawks front office. Because it's just like, dude, you're my livelihood, right? Like you're an asset for me. You're the product and service here. Like you're the reason people come. Yeah. Like it's you and Russ. You're the two reasons that it's here. It's just like, you're going to do this and it's cool. And I guess you're okay. So we're good on that. But I don't need my guys skydiving and all of that other kind of stuff just because of the potential risk involved, because there's so much money tied up into you being available to me on Sunday afternoons. It's a tough balance to strike, because you want your guys to have freedom to live their lives, But at the same time, they got to be like the only part that I can really care about first is my organization, because that's why I know you at all is because you work for me at that point in time. You're part of the same organization as I am.
Before you take that call, though, too, this was a part of the CBA we wanted to negotiate too, was to say, hey, if you want guys in town, then you guys need to invest in your city and your facilities to make it equal across the board as far as what everybody has. And that's one thing that they weren't willing to do. I think they're trying to study it, and you know how that goes. We'll look at it, and then next thing you know, 10 years down the line, you got some teams that only got cold tubs, and you got some teams that got cryotherapy. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's differences. There's guys that pay for trainers and massage therapists and just everything else that goes along. Their medical sometimes isn't up to par with all 32 teams. So because of that, guys are going to be willing to go to Miami. Heck, if it's you telling me if I have the luxury of training in Miami or let's say Denver could still be in the 40s and I can be in Miami training in where it's 75 degrees, I'm probably going to go to Miami too, or at least give me the facilities to where I can be in your city. You remember when we went to Knoxville this past week? There is hardly any facilities that look like a college facility, and that's shameful, especially when the NFL is raking in billions. I think somebody just sent me an article yesterday as Robert Kraft just cashed in on a $43 million house. Now, I know he got his other businesses and stuff like that, but there's money to be had that when you want to invest in a facility to keep your guys in the state that you play in.
But how do you stay rich, Mo?
Cheap labor, finding ways to get money back.
You stay rich by being stingy with the money that you have.
Facts.
Not saying that's right
No,
or
I
wrong.
know the
In terms, I'm
business
just saying
model.
that's the truth of it, whether you like it or not. Cousin Paxton up next on the line. Paxton, I saw that backflip video over the weekend.
He did a backflip?
Yeah, you did you tell them all about it, Paxton.
Yeah, so it was last year. It was a memory that popped up for me recently, and I thought, man, let me post this, man, because it was a great interaction that you had between the community, man, and especially right now with law enforcement and the way things are going. It's always good to have those interactions and to show people, hey, this stuff happens every day, you know, and this one happened to be on film, thank goodness. But the story behind that is we've seen some kids, they were out playing over in one of the MDHA housing establishments here in Nashville. I was telling my buddy, we saw the kids doing flips, like, hey, I could do that. He's like, no, you can't. So the only reason why he filmed it, I'm going to tell you, the only reason why he filmed that was because he thought I was going to break my neck. So he wanted something to laugh at later on. So he put that on film so that, hey, if you fall, everybody in the department is going to see this video. So I had that pressure on me, man. But, you know, it was a great time doing that, man. So we did a little backflip for the kids, and they went crazy for it. So
that's awesome right there.
So what about your sporting event, Paxton?
So, I mean, you know, of course mine is, you know, I'm 50-yard line at Music City Miracle, man. And I told Jeff Fisher to play, obviously. So that was my sporting event. But I'll give you another one, man. So it's 1997. It's Atlanta, the Atlanta Hawks versus Chicago Bulls, man. So, you know, Jordan's last year, his second retirement, and just seeing Jordan in person, like taking these shots and just seeing the light bulbs, like the flashes go off every time he took a shot. I will never forget that. I can never understand how a person can even concentrate when there's so many lights just going off, you know, all over the place, man. So that was a beautiful memory for me to be able to see, you know, arguably the greatest player ever to play the game in person, guys. Man,
So-
what a beautiful sight.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. I wish I could have seen Jordan play. That's one that I'll never be able to. I can't ever add that one to the list. I mean, I saw him on TV a million times, but never got to see him in person. So that one's special. So you didn't make it on Saturday, but you're gonna be at the next one, I assume. That's Paxton. Yeah, Paxton. The backflip video, I just retweeted it that he had put out.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, man. It's pretty good.
Turn a
In full uniform, turn a backflip off a brick wall.
That's crazy.
Let me tell you who can't do that and has two thumbs. This guy.
This guy
definitely can't do that.
The fact that his homie was filming so that he see if he crack his neck or not, man, was petty level 10, man.
Look, man, you got to do what you got to do. Let's go to James in Clarksville before we get to the break. James, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's up? What's going on?
Greatest game I ever went to was Liberty Bowl, New Year's Eve, 2004. You got undefeated Boise State against a one-loss Louisville, and that one loss was to Miami on a Thursday night. They got down 44-40 final score.
I remember that for sure. Because
those comebacks oftentimes play into stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of events where you had something happen like that, you can certainly. And look, when you get to see an undefeated Boise State team, the Boise State thing was pretty fun there for a while.
Real cool. It was real cool.
It was very cool.
Were they the start of the small school, mid-major takeover, I guess? Them, of course, Appalachian State come after the fact, and you just have a bunch of teams that, like, you know, we're in this to play and win, too.
As
Boise.
we see people waving in the building. We got a couple people in the building this morning. We'll take it. 615-737-1045. YouTube comment on the Paxton video. I can do a backflip on a trampoline, but not from a brick wall. That video is impressive. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Especially in full uniform as a policeman doing a backflip off the wall. If I had done that, I would not be here because I would not have completed said backflip. I would have landed on the top of my noggin, and that would have been a wrap for old JMart.
Would have set you down, literally, man.
It would have been Blank and Ramon. 615-737-1045 on Twitter at JMart and Ramon. What's the coolest sporting event you've ever attended in person? We'll continue to take your thoughts. Plus, Mike Sando in The Athletic talks to GMs about the first round of the draft, what they had to say about Caleb Farley and the Titans' recent draft history. Fascinating and not for positive reasons. We'll be right back here at JMart and Ramon, 1045 The Zone.
All the news about your football team ain't been good news.
Interact with us live. 1045 The Zone TV. Now on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope.
So there was a holiday yesterday. It was Mother's Day. I want to tell you about another holiday. It's Toro Days. Toro Days, you got 2 more days. Ends on May the 12th, but it's never been easier to create the yard of your dreams. Get up to $100 off Toro Time Masters, up to $200 off new select Toro Time Cutters and Titans with My Ride. Your Toro retailer is here to help. Right now, fantastic financing offers so you can mow now and pay later, plus delivery options to get your new Toro mower delivered right to your door. You can count on Toro, and guess where you should get your Toros? Dickens. Spring is here. My guys over at Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply have all the fertilizers, all the herbicides, all the seeds, all the pre-emergents to take care of the weeds, to make sure the grass is what it needs to be, to get the clover out of there, to get your property ready for the year, to make sure brown patch isn't taking your yard out. Plus, they offer professional advice and know how to help you DIY your lawn and landscape care. Plus, they'll keep the bugs out of your yard this spring, too. Easy to apply controls for fleas, ticks, mosquitoes, ants, spiders, and more. Let them help you beat the bugs. Let them help you reclaim your yards. Whether you're trimming bushes, whether you're cutting grass, or just trying to keep the weeds and insects out of your lawn and landscape, my guys at Dickens, Trey and the crew, they've got it all for you. When you're looking for quality parts, products, and the best advice, I want you to visit your nearest Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply. 8 locations to serve you: Nashville, Bellevue, Murfreesboro, Hendersonville, Mount Juliet, Franklin, Knoxville, and Brentwood Lawnmower. Find the nearest one. Go check them out. Reclaim your lawn. Do it today. Go where the pros go. Go where I go. That's Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply, and online at dickenssupply.com.
Some things are just true, like your local Geico agent could save you hundreds. And also, you should never sneak up on a beekeeper.
Hey, beekeeper.
What the? Oh my gosh, my bees. Oh no, they're headed right for the balloon factory.
Your local Geico agent could help you save 15% or more. It's just true.
Cisco Nashville is hiring CDL Class A delivery truck drivers. Cisco is the #1 food service supplier in North America, and delivery drivers are the face of Cisco service. Drivers will have daily routes in the area and are home every night. Qualified applicants can get a sign-on bonus and immediate medical and prescription coverage. Other benefits include paid vacation, medical and dental, as well as a generous retirement benefits. Apply online at careers.sysco.com. That's careers.sysco.com. SYSCO is an equal opportunity employer.
Hey, it's JMart. It's easy to find chicken salad, yeah, but it's really tricky to find great chicken salad. But if you walk into an Arby's today, I guarantee your search is over because backed by popular demand, Arby's has their delicious pecan chicken salad sandwich. You can go get it right now, but you better hurry. We're talking real chicken salad here, where the grapes, where the apples, where the celery are all sliced fresh right in the restaurant. Man, I'm getting hungry, but this is for a limited time. You got to take advantage of this while you can. The pecan chicken salad sandwich is back, folks. This offer available for a limited time at participating locations, and while supplies last, only at Arby's, we have the meats.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kelly with HeroLoan.com. The VA loan is one of the best benefits of being in the military. You can refinance and cash out up to 100% of your appraised home value and can close in as little as 14 days. VA rates are in the twos, and we're saving our clients hundreds, even thousands of dollars a month. Get the service that you deserve and apply online today at HeroLoan.com. That's HeroLoan.com, the only way to VA.
The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
In business, it's never just another day. Every day is the day. It could bring your biggest order yet, or a new cyber threat. Whatever the day holds, with Comcast Business, you'll be prepared. With a network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses, Comcast Business Security Edge to help protect your connected devices, and a dedicated team available 24/7. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a powerful and reliable internet and voice solution for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Plus, ask how you can get up to a $300 prepaid card when you upgrade. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Prepaid card offer ends 6/6/21. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and autopay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Security Edge not included. Actual speeds vary.
If you are thinking about selling your home, oh wow, now is the time. This is Dawn Davenport, and I'm here to tell you that you can get a strong cash offer and sell your home stress-free with the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Don't worry about the hassle of constant cleaning and home maintenance. Just sell your home with Mark Spain today. Go to markspain.com, fill out a quick form, receive an all-cash offer on your home today. There's no obligation. Their guaranteed offer allows you to bypass the market and sell your home hassle-free with no showings, no open houses, no stress. Choose when you want to move and close with confidence. The Wall Street Journal named Mark Spain Real Estate #1 real estate team in the U.S. for closed transactions. It's that simple. The Mark Spain Real Estate guaranteed offer keeps you in control with no showings, no open houses, and no stress. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing, or call 855-299-SOLD.
Graduation is a time to celebrate, and 2021 graduates have been some of the most resilient. Celebrate them with a memorable piece from Brentwood Jewelry. From a premier timepiece to a custom ring, necklace, or earrings, Brentwood Jewelry can help you find the perfect piece to commemorate this special time. Brentwood Jewelry, located in the heart of Brentwood on Church Street, just off Franklin Road. Exceptional style, exceptional deals every day for more than 50 years. Visit BrentwoodJewelry.com.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Unused prescription opioid pain medicines can spell trouble. Safely dispose of opioids before they can hurt your family. Find a drug take-back option such as medicine drop boxes. Visit www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Hey, this is Liz Allison with Off the Track. Join us Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. for the latest in NASCAR news and get up close and personal with your favorite drivers, past and present. Off the Track, fueled by State Water Heaters, Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. on 104.5 The Zone.
From the 104.5 The Zone Traffic Center.
Couple of problems this morning. Madison, 65 southbound before Briley Parkway. An accident's been moved to the right shoulder. Antioch, Hobson Pike at Murfreesboro Pike. We've got a crash. No problems coming in on 24 or 40. No unusual delays on 840, 440 running accident free. I'm Christy O'Brien with traffic on your home for Titans football. 104.5 The Zone.
Welcome back. It's JMart and Ramon here on a Monday, starting a new week of the hashtag fastest 4 hours in radio right here on 104.5 The Zone. Thanks for listening or watching us on 104.5 The Zone TV, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Periscope, whether it's Twitch. We're going to talk about the Sando article to open the next hour because I just had this mentioned to me. I actually missed this somehow. But Wallace T. Dooley's watching us on Facebook this morning, and he said, hey, can we address this article on Yahoo Sports about Bud Dupree? And so I went and looked it up. And it's quoting Bleacher Report. It's not necessarily saying the same thing. It's kind of restating an article that was written at Bleacher Report about it's ranking the 9 worst decisions of the 2021 NFL offseason. Chris Rowling wrote it. Number 9 is Jags investing in Shaq Griffin. And number 8 is Titans pay up for Bud Dupree. And this is what's written. The Tennessee Titans appeared to overpay to fix the defense that recorded the 3rd fewest sacks last year at just 19. Former Pittsburgh Steelers franchise player Bud Dupree, who notched a 5-year deal worth $82.5 million, received the 2nd most cash given to any player this offseason. While he had 19.5 sacks over his last 2 campaigns, he had no more than 6 in each of his previous 4 seasons. His recent success has felt a bit like fool's gold, which might explain the 60.2 Pro Football Focus grade last year. To make matters worse, he suffered a torn ACL late last season. As soon as he's ready, the Titans will expect Dupree to match his production from the last 2 years without help from players like Cam Hayward and TJ Watt. If Dupree isn't able to impress, the Titans will be stuck with his contract at least through the 2022 season. I'm going to make one comment, and then I'll let you talk, Mo. When he says the Titans will expect Dupree to match his production from the last 2 years without help from players like Cam Hayward and TJ Watt, I want to see what production Cam Hayward and TJ Watt have without Bud Dupree, because both these two things are true. Peanut butter's all right on its own. Jelly is all right on its own on the right piece of toast or on a biscuit. Mm-hmm. But peanut butter and jelly together both make each other better.
100%. And that's what maybe he's one of those ingredients that's marrying up with another one.
Mm-hmm.
And we can get back into it, but I'll say this too, because you know where I stand. I watched Bud grow up, like literally grow up in this league and become a guy that's like, okay, he got something. Oh, he really got something. And then you finally realize it the last 2 years, like, this guy's legit. You don't get franchise. Slappies don't get franchise tagged, okay? Like, that's just not how it worked. And, again, it's a little bit of a teaser of me, but I just recently talked to some people inside the building, and I'll tell you what they said about him not being there. You know what I'm saying? Like, the article sounds cool and it's cute, but it's also one of those things, Jay, to where if I'm first on the scene and say it don't work, then guess what? You got to come thank me later. But if you're proven wrong, nobody ever mentions it.
See, that's the point. Like, you can write this, you can write this article and you can bury Bud Dupree, or you can bury that or say that it's a bad signing. But the last sentence that this writer puts in here, if Dupree isn't able to impress, the Titans will be stuck with his contract for at least through the 2022 season. Basically, you can say this all you want because, one, nobody's going to remember that you said it. Well, a few people on Twitter will, but it's not really gonna ding you. But the biggest thing is right there, he's hedging his bet at the end.
Yeah.
Because all he really is just be like, wow, Dupree's been good this year. And then you just move on. That's the same thing with the seasonal lies and Chris Sims mock draft. It's the same garbage. Like, you're never held to account for opinions in this business. It drives me insane because I literally, guys, I can say anything I want about the Titans, about the Vols, about Ramon's time in Pittsburgh. I can just fly off at the mouth right now.
We can talk about
any athlete, any coach. I can make up stuff. I can say stuff. I can do anything. There's no accountability measures whatsoever in this industry, especially if you're on the opinion side. So that's my take on this is I don't really care what this dude says.
Yeah.
And then the Pro Football Focus grade is 60.2. That's just icing on the cake for me because it's Ramon Foster.
It is. It is. We can elaborate more. We still hadn't hit on a bunch of our topics we've been planning on, Jay. But
we're going to get to Sando thing.
Yeah, we'll get to Sando.
To open the third hour.
I just want to open up with my conversations recently about Bud not being in Pittsburgh with the people who are still there.
So we'll do that off the top of the hour. We'll start to talk about Sando. Plus, Coach Mack is going to join us on the program. We'll talk some ball with him as well. And I bet he has plenty of thoughts about just a bunch of people not ever being held accountable for anything that they say in this industry. So we'll talk to him. We've also got Ron coming up in the fourth hour.
Yeah.
To explain the video that over 27,500 people, I think, have seen, or right around that number right now, and how much beer was actually spilled in that incident on Saturday night at Bridgestone Arena. All that's still to come. Halfway home means we still got halfway to go. Stick with us. JMart and Ramon, 104.5 The Zone.
I could care less about Barkley's work. I understand.
Come on. You know you want to listen to Blaine and Mickey. Come on. Blaine and Mickey, this afternoon, 1 to 3 on 104.5 The Zone.
Hey, it's JMart. Every single week, Genesis Diamonds gets new diamonds added to their massive inventory. These precious stones are coming from all over the world, places like India, Belgium, Israel, from the very best diamond cutters in all sizes and shapes, rounds, princess cuts, emerald cuts, cushion cuts, whatever it is that she needs, you can get her. From 1 carat to 10 and 15 carat diamonds, and these are not low-quality diamonds you see in these corporate chain stores and on the internet. These aren't the fancy television advertisements that make up for the shoddy quality. These are the best of the best. Genesis only takes about 1 out of every 10 diamonds they're offered. They're incredibly selective. The diamonds that Genesis rejects are the ones that you see at those online stores, often cloudy, hazy, visible imperfections. A Genesis diamond's got to have brilliance. It's got to sparkle. It needs to pop when she shows it off. You can tell a Genesis diamond by the way it perfectly reflects the light. I can speak from experience. Abby's ring is usually even more important than me at any party we ever attend. They're staring at her finger. They're not staring at me. So if you're getting engaged, if you're celebrating an anniversary soon, don't make her settle for a lesser diamond. Get her the highest quality at Genesis. You're going to get the Genesis Guarantee best value price. You're going to have the pride and confidence in knowing that you didn't compromise on one of the more important purchases you will ever make. It's where I went. It's always where I'm going to go. It's my jewelry store. It should be yours. It's Genesis Diamonds. Diamonds are just what they do. Green Hills and Cool Springs.
This is Boomer Esiason with the CBS Sports Minute. Rory McIlroy's 18-month drought is finally over. Yesterday's final round 368 nipped Abraham Answer by a stroke. McIlroy won his 3rd Wells Fargo championship at the Quail Hollow course he calls one of my favorite places in the world. I didn't even think I was going to tee off in this tournament Wednesday night. An emotional McIlroy said afterwards, "If I had a morning tee time on Thursday, I probably would have pulled out because I hurt my neck on Wednesday afternoon and I couldn't make a backswing." Fortunately, he had an afternoon tee time and was able to get the necessary treatment. Bryson DeChambeau, who tied for 9th, also had a close call. Thinking he'd missed the cut on Friday, DeChambeau flew home to Dallas. Upon landing, he realized he was wrong and he charted a 2:45 a.m. flight back to Charlotte for his 8:30 tee time. I'm Boomer Esiason.
Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Mortgage and Rocket Companies. Last year, we saw historically low mortgage interest rates. What you may not know is that interest rates are already starting to increase, and it's likely that trend is only going to continue. Our team of experts is standing by to help you save before rates go up. Don't look back and wish that you had taken action. Call 833-8ROCKET or visit rocketmortgage.com.
Rocket. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender licensed in all 50 states and MLSConsumerAccess.org number 3030.
It's like I blinked and suddenly all my business shifted to e-commerce.
Now my business hours are whenever my customers need me.
My customers want everything now and faster than ever. It's a whole different world.
Your business is changing. The United States Postal Service is changing with it. We're bringing you fast, reliable shipping nationwide, and we're bringing it right when your customers need it. Let's discover new routes. Visit USPS.com/new routes. The United States Postal Service. Priority, you.
Fire protection, carbon monoxide protection, medical pendants, and alerts. Everyone has different reasons for needing a security system. And you may have been told insurance sometimes requires it. I think we would all agree that the main reason for needing a security system is to keep the bad guys out of your home or business. My name is Shooter Stein, president of NCA, National Certified Alarms. NCA was founded in 1997 right here in Middle Tennessee. We're locally owned, so you can talk to folks you know, not to people at some far-off company in another state or country. And the best part? Landline monitoring starts at only $9.95 a month, and our wireless monitoring starts at $19.95 a month. At NCA, we have no long-term contracts. NCA can convert your existing security system or install a new one for you. For more details on rates and services, please visit our website at nca.cc or give us a call at 615-777-7NCA. That's 615-777-7622. License number 645.
Mike Keith here. You know Nashville's at a huge seller's market right now. A lot of people could sell their homes and make a fortune, but they're afraid to because they think they won't find a place to buy. It's a huge missed opportunity, but my good friend Gary Ashton has the solution. Don't sell without the intel. Any real estate agent can put your home on the market, but you need a world-class team who can get you into the next one. With over 200,000 visitors to GaryAshton.com a month, nobody has better Nashville property intel, including off-market properties. It's the secret that the Gary Ashton team has to help you win the buyer battle, give you the confidence to sell today, and get top dollar for your home. If you're sitting on the sidelines, don't. With the Gary Ashton team, you can sell now, buy later, and relax. Cash in on your home equity now and get the best of all worlds for tomorrow. Call the Gary Ashton team with RE/MAX Advantage today at 615-301-1650 or visit GaryAshton.com. Sell now, buy later, and don't sell without the intel.
Fleet Cards USA.
Fleet Cards USA, Barb speaking.
Hey, Barb, I got a construction company here with 15 vehicles.
Nice. We've worked with contractors for years.
Yeah, but I give my drivers regular credit cards to pay for fuel, and it is a mess.
That's why you need fuel cards. You can track expenses with some great analytics. And if you qualify, you can even cover your other construction expenses.
Bam, you are beautiful, Babs.
Yeah, I get that a lot. So go to FleetCardsUSA.com, answer a few questions, and bam, you're good to go.
Fleet Cards USA.
Do you find yourself holding your breath every time it rains, worried about what you're going to find in your crawl space or basement? Stop worrying and call the experts in waterproofing. USS, United Structural Systems at 615-227-2275. Online at USSTN.com. America's favorite car show returns to Nashville for 3 big days of hot rodding fun. And 1045 The Zone has your chance to win tickets. Visit 1045thezone.com today and sign up for your chance to win a family 4-pack of tickets to the Good Guys 15th Nashville Nationals at Nissan Stadium May 28th through 30th. Celebrate a huge weekend of hot rodding fun at America's favorite car show this Memorial Day weekend at the Good Guys 15th Nashville Nationals.
From the 1045 The Zone Traffic Center.
Madison, 65 southbound at Dickerson Pike. We've got an accident blocking the 3 right lanes. Watch for stop traffic. Use caution. Trinity Hills, 65 southbound at Trinity Lane. Also have reports of an accident. Antioch, Hobson Pike. There's a crash at Murfreesboro Pike. No reported problems coming in on 24 or 40. No unusual delays on 440. This report brought to you by Audible. Give spring a whole new sound with Audible Plus. Listen all you want to thousands of select Audible originals, audiobooks, and podcasts, including exclusive series. Start a free 30-day Audible Plus trial when you sign up at audible.com. I'm Christy O'Brien with traffic on your home for Titans football. 1045 The Zone.
From the Mark Spain Real Estate Studios, Titans Radio releases the Titans schedule Wednesday night at 7. WGFX Gallatin, Nashville. Trending now at 1045 The Zone.
It is 8:02. Good morning. I'm Jonathan Schaefer. The Nashville Predators needed to win, and they did. So they're in. They clinched the 4th and final playoff spot in the Central Division with a 3-1 victory over the Carolina Hurricanes Saturday night at Bridgestone Arena. Predators have qualified for the playoffs for the 7th consecutive season. Carolina, the top seed in the division, and Nashville will face off in the first round of the playoffs. They will also wrap up the regular season tonight at Bridgestone Arena. Puck drop set for 7 o'clock. After 3 straight home draws to begin the season, Nashville SC defeated the New England Revolution 2-0 Saturday afternoon at Nissan Stadium. Nashville SC, a 3-way tie for 3rd place in the Eastern Conference with 6 points, just 1 point out of first. They will play again Saturday at Real Salt Lake. Baseball, Braves defeated the Phillies 6-1. Freddie Freeman and Dansby Swanson with home runs. Braves have won 5 of their last 6. They are back at 500 in terms of their record. Sunday's rain canceled the final game of the Bama-Vandy baseball series. The game will not be made up. Vandy won the 2 previous games over the weekend. Tennessee swept their weekend series at Missouri, winning 10-2 on Sunday. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and the Vols. This is 1045 The Zone.
Do I have everybody's attention now?
Now it's time for Jason Martin and Vol for Life Ramon Foster.
Powered by All 4 Seasons Garage Doors.
Together, they are JMart and Ramon on 1045 The Zone.
What's happening? Hour number 3, JMart and Ramon on this Monday. little chilly out. Yesterday was a lot of rain.
Yes, it was. It came down yesterday.
Yeah. Animals 2x2 outside. This is another one of those days you open the front door and Margot's just kind of like, you must be joking.
You gonna go out.
I'm going right back to the couch. And please bring a milk bone on your way back.
Because I did go to the door.
That's the one. You still give me a treat. 615-737-1045. Jason Martin, 11-year NFL veteran, involved for life. Ramon Foster, Jonathan Schaefer on Twitter at JMart and Ramon. Cousin Justin trying to win the title. Trying to win a petty championship right now.
He submitted something that's like.
Cousin Justin Brinkley tweets at JMart and Ramon. And this is top of the hour, top comment. Most favorite non-sports memory happened this weekend when I forced my wife to walk around Love's Travel Stops until I heard at Schaefer on Sports' voice tell me the shower was ready. She responded with, who? And then there's a video of him actually doing it. So it wasn't just a joke.
No, he was really there and waited around for Schaefer to say, shower number 5 is now ready.
Farsender says, just happy I get to listen and watch you guys live. Been watching past broadcasts on YouTube, but it's different seeing it happen live.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wax on.
Wax off.
Wax off.
Keep begging for it, Ramon. I might play it, I might not.
Look at Shay.
Shay's trying to win the title.
Shay's trying to win the title. You turn the camera on the belt, though, so everybody see his sitting position?
I can do that in a moment. Hold on.
He look at her. He's like, yeah, whatever, Ramon. Do the show. I got this.
All right, let me just read. Well, as we change the camera around so that you can see the Petty Championship, which made its debut finally on Saturday night at Bridgestone Arena.
Mm-hmm.
And continue to let us know your favorite sporting events you've ever attended in person. We're going to run through a lot of those after we talk to Coach Mack.
Yeah.
I'm just going to read this directly from The Athletic.
Let's hear it, man.
5 consecutive winning seasons across 2 coaching staffs have masked a poor run of early drafting for the Titans, a run execs think could worsen after Tennessee used its first-round pick for a cornerback with 2 back surgeries in his medical file. Caleb Farley at number 22 seemed like a risky pick for a team whose 2020 first-round choice, Isaiah Wilson, is already out of the league. Quote, if the corner becomes a good player, God bless him, but his medical was terrible. You look at the Isaiah Wilson pick last year, then you have Weaver in the 4th round this year with an assault case that comes out. Then you go back and look at all the 5th-year options that were declined, and then the one they picked up was for Adoree Jackson, who they cut. There are a lot of mishaps there that it seems like just aren't being talked about, unquote. Another GM says they like the Raidens pick in the 2nd round, but they're way more worried about Farley's back than some of the other injuries for guys in the first couple of rounds. Okay. First of all, not good.
No.
Not good at all.
Not good at all, according to the article.
But here we go again. Sources without names. Here we go again. Are these GMs from the AFC South wanting to make John Robinson look bad?
I would think so.
Because last time we heard from anonymous sources speaking directly about the Tennessee Titans when it came to real personnel matters, it was the COVID outbreak where one guy said they're going to get suspended for – Vrabel's going to get suspended for a year. John Robinson's going to get suspended for a year. They're going to have a, $10 million fine, lose draft picks in the 1st and 2nd round. How many of those things happened?
$300,000.
Like nothing happened.
That was it. I think it was $300,000.
A drop in the bucket happened. That was it. I'm not saying these things are false. I'm saying there's always reasons for people saying what they say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried about the medical for Caleb Farley, too. The one thing I don't like is hearing his medical was terrible.
But that also goes into, Jay.
But is it
what
true?
What is terrible? This kid clearly, I'm sure Big Jeff's ACL was a terrible thing, too. How is that paid off? And I know that's ACL versus a back issue. But if a GM is saying this is my take on this, is actually more common than they speak of. The reason it's a big thing now because the guy's a young guy, first-round draft pick, hadn't really played yet. I don't take it for much, honestly, other than somebody just having a very candid conversation about what they think. And that also is opinion-based when it comes down to it. You got to ask yourself, over the last few years, How have you felt about the Titans situations when it comes down to players' health? Adoree pops up.
Ryan Suckup pops up.
Ryan Suckup pops up, but as a whole, that's 2 out of 5 years when it comes down to it. And you also got to ask yourself this, even after the fact. Look at Adoree's situation. He was one of the highest paid corners in the offseason this year.
Yep.
And look at Ryan Suckup's situation. He just won the Super Bowl. So are they off? Do you trust the Titans medical staff enough to say, you know what? Well, maybe this is a slander campaign?
Okay, it could be. The other thing I will say is this. When we were listening, we'll give them a plug.
Yeah.
When we were listening to Sam and Steve in a PFF podcast on Way Back from Knoxville, they were running through the first couple of rounds in the draft and the hit rate on various positions.
Yeah.
Okay? One of the worst positions in terms of hit rate in the draft is corner.
Yes.
Because a lot of corners get drafted in the first round. A lot of them don't pan out.
Mm-hmm.
But this was a position of need. Greg Newsome also had a little bit of injury stuff in his past as well, even though he was the guy that I liked personally.
Yeah.
And then I started coming around more and more to the idea that Elijah Moore, if you didn't think you could get him in the second round, that I was beyond cool with you going with him in the first round. But the hit rate in the draft in general still isn't all that good. There's a lot of first-round talent that doesn't end up being anywhere near first-round talent. I was hosting on Fox Sports Radio with a longtime guy in Dallas, Matt Mosley, on Saturday, and he was saying it's now obvious Leighton Vander Esch was a miss.
See what I'm saying?
Jalen Smith out of Notre Dame coming back from a serious
injury.
Serious situation. Good, but not anything like spectacular, right?
I mean, but Dallas paid him as if he was good.
Adoree Jackson was okay, but the Giants just, in my opinion, overpaid for him.
13 a year, right?
Yeah, overpaid for him. Like, it's such a crapshoot.
It is.
John Robinson, his MO has always been, I'm going to take a risk when it comes to injuries. None of this is news that Caleb Farley had questions in medical.
Right.
I think it's just the word terrible that makes this thing stand out. That's why when I read it, I was just like, well, wow. And then it just goes into, well, here's Weaver and what happens here. Here's Adoree Jackson. Here's fifth-year options that are declined and all this kind of stuff. Quote, there are a lot of mishaps there that it seems like just aren't being talked about. That sounds like, screw you, John Robinson. Whoever said that had a purpose to say that.
Oh, yeah. And this is the thing, too, about the fifth-year option. Conklin comes to mind. Adoree comes to mind. Who's another first round as of Reese Jeff is in that fold. But just looking down the line, Conklin's still playing all-pro. That was, if not the highest paid right tackle in the game. All-pro, Pro Bowl guy. Adoree, like you said, just broke the bank again. And sometimes you're just going to miss on first round. You get 4 years, and then you roll. That's how it goes. I mean, Pittsburgh just turned down their first-round draft pick over Minkah Fitzpatrick. I mean, the talent has to be there to justify it. And the thing is, if they're good enough, another team is going to benefit from, you just cut bait earlier because it's not the performance that you want. What would you rather them have? Pick up every fifth-year option and have a team of just stragglers in a sense, or would you rather find another guy? I feel like if you're comparing the potential of Adoree versus what happened with Caleb Farley, from what I've seen from Farley when he's healthy, this guy is a one-on-one matchup that I call him a mirror. He's following guys footstep for footstep and making plays.
He's healthy.
If he's healthy.
Thing about it is, it's a risk that was taken, but it's a risk that was taken with knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not like they didn't know what they were doing here. They know the possibility that this has to go belly up.
Mm-hmm.
And coming off what happened in the first round last year with Isaiah, this is one they can't get wrong. We said that every show said that going into the draft this year. Everybody on this station said the same thing. This was the thing you couldn't get wrong. The draft is the thing you couldn't get wrong. Why was the Weaver thing a problem last week? Because this is the one thing John Robinson couldn't get wrong was the draft, and at least there's some reason to speculate that you got it wrong.
And even on the Weaver thing, which is still just murky as can be, you got to think to yourself, like, that wasn't their intention on having something like this happen after they picked them.
Of course not.
It's so many. not trying to defend the action. Of course, it looks way guilty than it should be right now as far as the Weaver situation, and just everything else surrounding that. But also you look at the Caleb Farley situation. Now, you got to ask yourself in general, in recent history, how has this risk paid off for the Tennessee Titans when drafted an injured person? Are you comfortable with that last situation?
I mean, I'm happy with what's happened with Jeff.
That's what I'm saying.
So let's say it's 50-50. I mean, you get it right. Eventually, you're going to crap out on this, but here's the thing. Caleb Farley could be healthy and still bust. That's the overarching point is the draft is hard.
Yeah.
It's not an easy thing to do. A lot of very smart people make really bad choices that even look good in the moment and then turn out to be bad choices later on. It's certainly not a cut and dry thing. It's not 2 + 2 = 4. There's a lot more that goes into the makeup of it. We know somebody who has dealt with the draft for a long, long time on the inside, and that's Coach Dave McGinnis, who breaks it down for us on Titans Radio and here on 104.5 Zone, but drafted himself, has been in a lot of draft rooms. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about what this source said and what you think of anonymous sources in general when they seem so damning, like this piece from Mike Sando in The Athletic. Coach Mack is next. JMart and Ramon, 104.5 The Zone.
The Titans 2021 schedule is coming. Yes, sir. Join Titans Radio's Mike Keith, Coach Mack, Rhett Bryan, and Amy Wells for the schedule release and instant reaction. Titans Radio coverage begins Wednesday night at 7. Bam! On your home for Titans football and the flagship for Titans Radio. 104.5 The Zone.
Hey, it's Ramon, and this is who you need to know when it comes to selling your home. Open Door. If you're thinking about selling your home, think about selling it to Open Door. Hundreds of thousands of people have already requested their offer through Open Door, and you can too. Go to opendoor.com, answer a few quick questions about your home, then complete a contact-free video walkthrough and get your offer in just a few steps. Thing is, if you like that offer, you can sell your house directly to Open Door. No do-it-yourself repairs, no prep work, no showings, none of the stuff that you don't want to do, because who wants to do that anyway? Nobody. You get the offer, close when you're ready, and you can do it all online. Get your free offer at opendoor.com/myoffer. Again, that's opendoor.com/myoffer. Offer eligibility varies, and Open Door is represented by Open Door Brokerage, Inc., license 02061130 in California, Open Door Brokerage, LLC, and its other markets.
Mayday, Mayday! This may be hard to believe, but there are 4 amazing games making the rounds this May.
Wow.
Maybe you've heard of them,
Yeah.
maybe not. But make no mistake, all 4 are sure to cause mayhem all May long. So don't wait and run the risk of being, well, dismayed.
Oh, man.
Make a major play today with new May instant games.
Nice.
If you're lucky, you may find yourself making it rain with a major amount of cash. New May instant games only from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
You'd be amazed to learn what one Tennessee lottery ticket can lead to. For you, it could be lucky, but for others, it could open the door to so much more. With nearly $6 billion raised for education, the Tennessee Lottery has proudly funded over $1.5 million scholarships and grants. That means, on average, more than 130,000 Tennesseans every year continue their education just because you played. The Tennessee Education Lottery, game-changing, education-benefiting fun.
I'm Mick McGoran
from 1 Hour Mick.
Was going to say 1 Hour Heating and Cooling, Ryan.
The home of Mick's Trifecta.
Our spring maintenance service.
3 times better than a tune-up.
Solid preventative work for your AC system.
The region's best value.
I guarantee it 3 different ways.
Guarantee number 1.
You'll save the cost on lower utility bills.
Guarantee number 2.
Your system won't break down for 6 months.
Final guarantee.
If you're not 100% delighted, I won't charge nothing.
1hourmick.com.
Always on time, or you don't pay a dime.
1hourmick.com.
Ryan, how do you get your voice to sound like that?
Oh, yes. Got it online. Give it a try.
Hello? Hello?
Takes a bit of practice.
Lots of mixed trifectas to do today. Think I'll get back to work.
We're getting back to work.
independently owned and operated.
In just 1 year, termites caused $5 billion of damage.
Which is why our family at All American Pest Control loves the Centricon Termite Colony Elimination System. The Centricon system saves homeowners headaches and hundreds of thousands in costly repairs.
And I can think of about 5 billion reasons why you should learn more about it today.
All American Pest Control.
Yuckbugs.com.
If you're over dealing with hair loss but think now's not the time to do something about it, you couldn't be more wrong. Now is the time to face it head on, and the expert staff of PAI Medical is ready to serve you. Not only is PAI on the cutting edge with the latest technology, but they have awesome financing options, making it affordable for anyone. Have your procedure and recover while you're still working from home. Call 615-376-6010 or go to WeGrowHair.com. All they do is hair, and they are the very best at it. Visit WeGrowHair.com today.
BetMGM welcomes you to Showtime with a risk-free first bet up to $600. Simply sign up and use bonus code MGM600 and you're on your way to betting with the king of sportsbooks. Plus, with BetMGM's new one-game parlay feature, you can choose from hundreds of bet types and combinations within a single game to build the perfect parlay. All the action on all your favorite sports will be at your fingertips when you download the app or go to BetMGM.com and use bonus code MGM600 to make your first bet risk-free up to $600. Bet with confidence and turn game day into payday at BetMGM. New customer offer, paid in free bets. Must be 21 years or older. Must be in Tennessee. Visit BetMGM.com for full list of terms and conditions. For problem gambling support, call the Tennessee Red Line at 800-889-9789.
Drive, a division of Tenneco in Smyrna, has multiple openings for material handlers, full-time day, night, and weekend shifts, and part-time positions available as well. Drive offers jobs starting at $15.25 an hour, plus 2 increases in your first year. Medical insurance on day 1, $2,000 retention incentive, tuition reimbursement, opportunity for growth, and much more. Come join Drive today. Apply at jobs.tenneco.com. Drive, a division of Tenneco in Smyrna.
The VA loan is one of the best benefits of being in the military. You can buy a home with no money down, and interest rates are up to a full point lower than other loans. HeroLoan.com.
NMLS number 1326241.
From the 104.5 The Zone Traffic Center.
Watch for stop traffic in Madison, 65 southbound after Dickerson Pike. We've got an accident. Traffic only gets by on the left shoulder. Watch for stop traffic from Briley Parkway. McGavick Pike at Elm Hill Pike. We've got an accident. Sidco Drive. There's a crash at Powell Avenue and Antioch Hobson Pike. An accident at Murfreesboro Pike. This report brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Whether it's offering curbside or next-day delivery for online orders and over 160,000 parts, or getting involved in their local communities, when it comes to serving you, Napa's motor never quits. That's Napa know-how. I'm Christy O'Brien with traffic on your home for Titans football, 104.5 The Zone.
JMart and Ramon, 104.5 The Zone, powered by All Four Seasons Garage Doors right here in Nashville. All four, the number 4, allfourseasonsgarages.com/Nashville. 150 years residential and commercial experience. Our question after we were with some of the listeners Saturday night at the Predators game, what's the coolest sporting event you've ever attended in person? Tony Liebrick has a hell of an answer and a photo of him and his son. Me and my son were fortunate enough to have badges for Saturday and Sunday at the 2019 Masters. Watching Tiger do what he did in person with my son is something I will never forget. It will be very difficult to top for us. I want to go to Augusta in the worst way and have never gone, and I'm hoping that changes at some point in time. I'm sure this guy's got he's got answers of things he attended while he was part of them and maybe attended when he wasn't part of them directly. Coach Mack joining us on the line, brought to you by Farm Bureau Health Plans. Coach, what's going on this morning?
JMart and Ramon, good morning. I was talking to Shafe before we came on the air. I had a picture sent to my phone this weekend that all of you guys were in and looked like you were having a hell of a time. And that was a great win for the Preds. So that had to be fun, right?
Yeah, it was. No one had as much fun as Ron Slay. Of the dance video that's now been seen over 27,000 times. in just over a day. But sports is so uniting, and here's the thing, and I know you will be able to appreciate this, Coach. 40% capacity at Bridgestone Arena Saturday night. Fans mean so much to the experience of sports, both for the players and coaches and those in it, and certainly, obviously, for the audience and the environment and the atmosphere. And that, I think, we missed so much last year.
Oh, hey, when you experience it, and as I said, I've been blessed in my life to spend, over 3 decades in professional sports, and fans are everything. And we really, really experienced without fans last year. I mean, that first ball game that we did last year as Titans Radio at the second Monday night game at Denver, that was a strange, strange experience. And it continued to be strange without fans, being in the stadium. But you are so right. I mean, just when we were able to do the draft this year with people there finally again. I mean, Ramon can attest to this, that second night, how great it was there at the East Club at the stadium, but how great it was for us the night before at the Virgin Hotel just to have fans around. I mean, it is so important, and you are 100% right. That's why I say, when I looked at that picture, I went, these guys are having a good time for a good reason. And let me just say this. Does Ron Slay ever not have a good time?
No.
Never.
No.
Never.
No. So, I mean, that was just Ron Slay being Ron Slay, right?
Yeah, there's just
100.
some people like that, and you're privileged if you're around people like that.
Absolutely.
Moan's another one.
Hey, we just try to have a good time, Coach Mack. You and I had a great time. Speaking of when we did the draft coverage for the Titans about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
At this point now, fully enjoyed that, man. Fans, Coach Mack, everybody tell you, put the ball down and play. I'll play anywhere. I don't need fans. I'm here to tell you, Coach, I'm hearing from the guys I know that is a lie. They want the fans.
Fans are a huge part of the experience. That's why Mike Keith and his Hall of Fame career as a play-by-play man has always done the games with the windows wide open, regardless of weather, because the fans are part of the experience. And if you really want to relay that, especially on radio to your listeners, you've got to be immersed in that too.
Mm-hmm.
So the fans are a huge part of it. As I say, I am so happy that we are starting to get back to where we can have fans again, because they are a total part of the experience.
Coach, the Juwan James thing that happened in Denver last week led to kind of a discussion about the NFL and the NFLPA and guys doing things on their own personal time, being off facility and training, and then maybe your season coming to an end. We saw DK Metcalf run a 10.37 in the 100-meter dash over this weekend. You, as somebody that's been in the league as long as you have, how do you, as a coach, feel the balance? And I don't know how you balance this, but how do you feel about guys that you want them to be able to live their lives and have freedom, but at the same time, their livelihoods, and in many respects yours, exist around their ability to be available to you on Sunday afternoon? So how exactly do you balance letting guys have freedom to do what they want to do and challenge themselves physically while also protecting the shield and protecting your own organization?
Well, Ramon can speak to this, and I can too, because I know what contracts are. I mean, there are clauses in contracts with hazardous things that you cannot do, just because the chance of being injured doing that, away from playing football, are great. Because look, I mean, you are when you're a professional athlete, I mean, your ability to perform, that's why you're there. But at the same time, too, I mean, I've never been on staffs. I've been fortunate all of my years that if they like DK Metcalf doing that. Look, DK Metcalf wanted to do that, and he worked out to do that. All right. It wasn't like he was jumping off the top of a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was running. So I think it's by individual cases. But for some things that you don't, that everybody has to sign off on, we just won't do this. We won't do this because the chances of being injured in a catastrophe are very, very high. Now, look, Juwan James, guys, I've done this, and I've done this longer than Ramon was in the league. Mm-hmm. I've never been on a team, even if a guy was on NFI, that he was completely refused, part of his money.
Right.
All right. And so everybody could see why, if he was not able to play all year, why his salary would be truncated. But I've never been on a staff, and I've never been in an organization that completely wouldn't pay a player that was injured working out away from the facility a part of his money. I mean, again, that just doesn't happen. Now, I didn't read what was said, but if what was said was look, he's not going to make any. What's he do to make, Ramon? 10 million,
over
something
10,
like
I think.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah. If he can't play at all, well, that's going to be truncated some. But I've never been on a staff or in an organization that's just refused to pay a player. That's just not good business.
It's not. And Coach, I brought this up at the top of the 7 when we were speaking on this topic, simply because the way you know the business side of the game and how the owners deal with the PA, and the people left out of the middle of this is the coaches. And I said this to the fact, I think the NFL released that statement about Juwan and off-site training and your money, your contract, simply because they want guys in the building. You've been a coach in this league. What do you want to do as somebody that's employed by the team? You want to coach, right?
Oh, absolutely. But here's the thing. Here's the thing too, and I can go back on 31 years of experience with this from all levels. When I first started, and I can say this, because everything that I tell you is the truth. When I first started with the Bears, and we were going 14-2, 13-3, and 12-4. Guess when we saw the players? The weekend after the draft, after the playoffs was over, because the facilities weren't there to handle all the players there. I'll tell you, the one group that used to come into the facility and work out together when I was there with the Bears was the offensive linemen.
Mm-hmm.
The offensive linemen, just because they are a herd, and that. I mean, they were there and they worked out, but nobody else was there. And so you trusted, but you had a veteran team. You trusted them. Now, the way that it's evolved, everywhere that I've ever been, I've never experienced really having a problem having players come in. Now, there are individual cases, and as a player becomes more experienced and a player, becomes more attuned to what he needs to get ready, and as a coach, as an organization, that they are going to be ready. But if players want to be there and to work out, then they're going to be there. And so, to me, what has happened, especially last year, when everything was reduced so much, and nobody was around for a long time, and you still were able to put a good product on the field, the better organizations, and you're right, one thing, Ramon, about the coaches are always put in the middle of this, but the better organizations and the better coaching staffs are going to be able to adapt to whatever goes on. And here's what I always learned, and I knew very, very early on. There is not one size fits all for anything. There just is not. And so if you are together as a staff, as an organization, and the players believe in what you're doing, then they are going to do things that are going to be conducive to being able to be together when the season starts. So to me, this one size fits all and saying, and just chopping off, one instant and saying, this is exactly fits everybody else. That's just not the real world.
Yeah.
The Mike Sando article that came out on Friday in The Athletic, where he talked to various personnel people and GMs, I guess, executives on all these teams about the first round selections of all 32 teams. It wasn't flattering to John Robinson and the Titans about Caleb Farley, with one GM saying his medical was terrible. God bless him if he turns into a good player. And then kind of laying out some other things that the Titans have done wrong in the past few years. It's not about assessing whether or not that's accurate or not. It's more assessing these kind of comments coming from who knows where they're coming from, Coach. Like I trust Mike Sando because I know his connections within the NFL, but there's always agendas behind things like this. There's agendas behind every opinion, I think, said by virtually any executive in the NFL. So I don't know what to make of stuff like this. How do you parse all this material coming from sources that aren't named, that are sometimes so fiery against an organization?
JMart, first of all, I know you fairly well. You're a very intelligent man. You really are. You know what to think about it. Look, if there's not I know Mike Sando, and I respect Mike Sando, but I don't respect somebody not putting their name to comments. So if it's anonymous sources say they said, that word "they" in quotation marks is really one of the most damaging things ever. They said, well, who's they? And to me, those type of comments without a name attached to them are as about important to me as mock drafts. I just don't pay attention to it. I mean, I haven't read the article, but when you just tell me that it's why even care about it? I mean, that to me is that it matters nothing about what goes on. Look, you guys are in a very public forum with a show every day. Every day is every comment about your show and especially on Twitter where it's way anonymous, good. Well, you don't pay attention to that. You do what you do. You do what you know is right. And you continue to do that and do a good job. And you can't listen to that. It's elevator music, guys. Mm-hmm. It's elevator music. When the door opens and you step in, it starts. And when you get to your destination and the door opens and you step off, it stops. But it had nothing to do with the elevator moving up and down. That's what those kind of things are.
Yeah,
that's well said.
It is well said. And I was going to ask you about the fifth year option, but the fifth year option is just a thing in which, hey, both sides can start to negotiate or both sides can part ways. So we'll get past that one for a second, Coach Mack. The question I got you have for you is this. Okay. The schedule is coming up. And, of course, they're going to make a big production about it. The NFL, everybody's going to release it. You guys are going to cover it also. But just as the layout of the schedule, does it matter who plays who and where when this schedule is released?
Well, first of all, the answer is when the schedule's set, you got to play whatever the schedule says, right?
Yes, indeed.
Unless it's like last year where you wait 16 days without practicing and then play on a Tuesday and still beat a playoff team. Mm-hmm. So we've seen everything happen. But does it matter? Yes, it does. I mean, when I was coaching, and when you were playing too, I'll tell you, when I was coaching, the coaching aspect of it, let me bring that to our listeners. You want to really know who to start digging in on and start putting your quality control people and your assistant coaches on, starting to look at tape. All right. Mm-hmm. Because if you start off early on with a brand new coaching staff, well, then you're going to have to go back and dig tape from in the past from where they came from, because their tape last year with that team, if you've changed coaching staffs completely, it means nothing. So that doesn't help you. So you look at that first. What I always looked at what the stretch run was going to be, in December, down the line. I looked at the opening, the first quarter of the season, and then I started looking at division games and then started looking at 3-game runs, either away or 3-game runs at home, if some of those were there. And the next thing, because I worked on the coast, I mean, I worked out there. I worked, on the coast out there in the Pacific time zone, at 2 places. And to me, you really start looking at how many coast to coast travels you have and where they come. So there's a lot to it as a coaching staff when you start looking at it, because it depends on a lot of ways, the way you set up, how you're going to approach your preseason and how you're going to approach what goes on, especially in that first quarter of the season. So I absolutely looked at a lot of things. And the other thing that people will look at, I mean, your eyes immediately go to, where's the open date? Where's the open date? Where's the stretch before, after? How many teams have an open date before we play them? How many teams have an open date, coming off of an open date? So all of those things I looked at and would dissect, but your initial statement, Ramon, is 100% true. The schedule's the schedule, and you got to play it the way it's set.
The schedule's coming out on Wednesday. There'll be a Titans radio special here on 104.5 The Zone as we find out the order of the opponents for the Titans. I have a feeling I know what you're going to say here, but Coach, would you rather catch a really good team early in the season, or does it even matter? I mean, like if you got to play the Chiefs, if you got to play the Bills, if you got to play Tom Brady, if you got to play all these guys, would you rather catch them early, or every game's the same to you? I have a feeling I know your answer.
Well, no. Every game's not the same. Every game is not the same, but it depends. I'll tell you what really matters, JMart, and I can't predict that now. I couldn't predict it when I was coaching. How healthy are you, and how healthy is your opponent when you play them? Mm-hmm. Because the helmet can look the same, but if the dudes inside that helmet are their best people, well, then that's going to be a bigger challenge than if they've got some injuries and the people that are inside those helmets aren't quite their top guys. That means, attrition means a lot in the National Football League, especially now over a 17-game season. So when you ask me that, is every game the same? Every game is not the same. Every game's the same only in one way. You have to win them.
Yeah.
You have to win them, regardless of what your situation is at the time and regardless of what your opponent's situation is at the time. But as you approach it, depending on who's playing for you and who's playing for your opponent, every game is not the same. Look, I've been in nearly 700 games. I understand that, and that's the reality of the National Football League.
Well, you hope everybody's healthy all the time, but you hope that you're healthy to start the season. The likelihood is you are and they are, at least more than you're going to be at the end of the year. So I guess it's more a question of everybody trying to get everything back in mode. Sometimes it's shaky, sometimes it's rusty, all of this kind of stuff. So I just wonder if you want to catch a Mahomes team early or you want to catch them late. Consider if we throw health out and just assume everybody's 100%, do you think it's easier to match up with a great team early or later when they've gotten things kind of more buttoned up from just back into the swing of things standpoint?
Well, I'm going to tell you again, JMart, and it's never easy with a great team. A great team is never easy, regardless of where they are. I've been on great teams before, and we have gone into games where we've not played our best, but we were still able to win because we were a great team. Okay. And so what you're talking about, I think, is once teams have got a chance to get into rhythm with what's going on. I think that's what you're referring to. And so naturally, if you're talking about being able to catch somebody before they're able to completely get in rhythm and have all the spokes in the bicycle chain catch onto the sprockets, well, then you've got a point.
Mm-hmm. Coach Mack, real quick, we've been having this conversation. Best sports moment or at a stadium that you've had at any point in time?
Well, that's hard. That's hard.
I know.
For me because I've been in. Look, how good have I had it all of my life to be involved in as many games as I said I've had in the National Football League? Yeah. I mean, seriously. I mean, I can't. It's hard. It's hard to pick one. I mean, I've been to U.S. Opens. I've been to. One of the coolest events that I've been to just as a spectator. See, I don't go as a spectator much. We haven't had a chance to, in my whole life because I've been busy in professional sports doing it. But when we went over to London one year because Stan Kroenke owns the Arsenal, and you'd heard about what professional soccer is, in Europe, but to go to that Emirates Stadium and to see going, whoa. These people are really serious about this. I mean, it was, look, any sporting event, I've been to a lot of them. I've been to all the horse races. I've had an opportunity to do a lot of things. Mm-hmm. But to me, guys, and I'm serious when I say this, the adrenaline push that you get when you're involved in a National Football League game, whenever it's starting to kick off, I mean, I've got to put that above everything I've ever done because it's just real. I still get that adrenaline push broadcasting games because, and you talk about the fans and you talk about all of those types of things. It's way cool. It's a way cool way to live.
Yes, indeed.
Coach, always a pleasure, man. Hope you have a good week. We always look forward to it on Mondays. It starts us off in the right way.
Absolutely.
Guys, you two guys are the best. Again, really, really great picture you guys took. Tell Ron Slade, Coach Mack really liked him in that picture.
Will do, Coach.
Yeah, I'm sure he will love it too.
Health plan. You guys.
Yeah, you too. Health plan from Farm Bureau Health Plans is for folks who are busy planning other things because we provide coverage you can count on. Farm Bureau Health Plans plan on us. That's who makes it possible for us to have Coach Mack every Monday. We appreciate it. When we come back, I want to jump into something just for a couple of minutes. And still got another hour to go, and we can jump more into Sando as well here.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about Elon Musk hosting Saturday Night Live this weekend because I think people miss the point here. And it drives me insane with some of the commentary that I've seen over the past few days. I think we need to have this out because it was a big-time cultural touchstone this weekend. But people got this entirely wrong. So we'll jump into that a bit when we come back. JMart and Ramon, 104.5 The Zone.
Real life awaits Blaine and Mickey.
Real life awaits. Like you push that door open and you peek out of it.
Blaine and Mickey, today from 1 to 3 p.m.
104.5 The Zone.
Hey, it's Schaefer with JMart and Ramon. Score a major payday this May with BetMGM. It's the best time to sign up for the King of Sportsbooks because they're giving new customers a shot at an easy $100. Register using code Schaefer100 and win $100 in free bets when you place a $1 moneyline wager on the Grizzlies or Pelicans. And if either team hits a 3, you win regardless of your bet's outcome. Whether you're raising the stakes on basketball and hockey playoffs or wagering on your favorite baseball team, BetMGM is always ready for action. Enjoy innovative parlay selection builders, daily promotions, boosted odds specials, and more. Download the app or go to BetMGM.com and use code Schaefer100 to win $100 when you bet $1 on the Grizzlies or Pelicans and either team hits a 3. New customer offer. Paid in free bets. Must be 21 years or older. Must be in Tennessee to bet. Visit BetMGM.com for full list of terms and conditions. For problem gambling support, call the Tennessee Red Line 800-889-9789.
Some things are just true, like your local Geico agent could save you hundreds. And also, 2-year-olds will always ask why.
It's lunchtime.
Why?
Because you're hungry.
Why?
Because humans need food.
Why?
Because we convert it to energy, blood, and muscle and bone.
Why?
Because I love you.
Your local Geico agent could help you save 15% or more. It's just true.
Termites are swarming, mosquitoes are buzzing, and ants are biting. Yes, the signs of spring are all around us, and nothing will spoil outdoor fun more quickly than mosquitoes invading your yard. Fortunately, you can trust the experts at Arrow Exterminators to take back your yard and enjoy the great outdoors again. Schedule your free pest inspection and keep your barbecues pest-free this spring and summer. Call 888-GO-ARROW or visit arrowexterminators.com. That's 888-462-7769 or arrowexterminators.com.
Hey, it's JMart. It's easy to find chicken salad, yeah, but it's really tricky to find great chicken salad. But if you walk into an Arby's today, I guarantee your search is over because backed by popular demand, Arby's has their delicious pecan chicken salad sandwich. You can go get it right now, but you better hurry. We're talking real chicken salad here, where the grapes, where the apples, where the celery are all sliced fresh right in the restaurant. Man, I'm getting hungry, but this is for a limited time. You got to take advantage of this while you can. The pecan chicken salad sandwich is back, folks. This offer available for a limited time at participating locations, and while supplies last, only at Arby's. We have the meats.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kelly with thehomeloanexpert.com. The housing market rush of 2021 isn't showing any signs of slowing down. There's almost no inventory, and it's getting even tougher to get that winning offer. You need a strong mortgage lender who will work with you to get your offer accepted. Don't let the wrong lender cost you the home of your dreams. The 5-minute loan approval only available at thehomeloanexpert.com.
The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Drive, a division of Tenneco in Smyrna, has multiple openings for material handlers, full-time day, night, and weekend shifts, and part-time positions available as well. Drive offers jobs starting at $15.25 an hour, plus 2 increases in your first year, medical insurance on day 1, $2,000 retention incentive, tuition reimbursement, opportunity for growth, and much more. Come join Drive today. Apply at jobs.tenneco.com. Drive, a division of Tenneco in Smyrna.
Mayday! Mayday! This may be hard to believe, but there are 4 amazing games making the rounds this May.
Wow.
Maybe you've heard of them,
Yeah.
maybe not.
Oh.
But make no mistake, all 4 are sure to cause mayhem all May long. So don't wait and run the risk of being, well, dismayed.
Oh, man.
Make a major play today with new May instant games.
Nice.
If you're lucky, you may find yourself making it rain with a major amount of cash. New May instant games only from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
You'd be amazed to learn what one Tennessee lottery ticket can lead to. For you, it could be lucky, but for others, it could open the door to so much more. With nearly $6 billion raised for education, the Tennessee Lottery has proudly funded over 1.5 million scholarships and grants. That means, on average, more than 130,000 Tennesseans every year continue their education just because you played. The Tennessee Education Lottery, game-changing, education-benefiting fun.
In business, it's never just another day. Every day is the day. It could bring your biggest order yet, or a new cyber threat. Whatever the day holds, with Comcast Business, you'll be prepared. With a network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses, Comcast Business Security Edge to help protect your connected devices, and a dedicated team available 24/7. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a powerful and reliable internet and voice solution for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Plus, ask how you can get up to a $300 prepaid card when you upgrade. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Prepaid card offer ends 6/6/21. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and 1 voice mobility customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and autopay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Security edge not included. Actual speeds vary.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
If you're suffering with back pain, the Disc Center of Franklin is there to give you the relief you need. Hey, it's Mickey Ryan. The next 25 callers get an exam, x-rays, a complete review of findings, and first treatment for just $35. Call the Disc Center of Franklin now, 615-551-9224.
From the 104.5 The Zone Traffic Center.
Jolton 24 eastbound at Whites Creek Pike. We've got an accident blocking the left lane. Use caution. Delays continue in Madison. 65 southbound after Dickerson Pike. Crash blocks the 3 right lanes. Watch for stop traffic from Bradley Parkway. And 40 westbound after Fessler's Lane. We've got an accident. This report brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Whether it's offering curbside or next day delivery for online orders and over 160,000 parts, or getting involved in their local communities, when it comes to serving you, Napa's motor never quits. That's Napa know-how. I'm Christy O'Brien with traffic on your home for Titans football. 104.5 The Zone.
Welcome back, JMart and Ramon, 104.5 The Zone. Jason Martin, 11-year NFL veteran and ball for life. Ramon Foster, Jonathan Schaefer on Twitter at JMart and Ramon. That's where you can find us. Thanks to Coach Mack for joining us. Brought to you by Farm Bureau Health Plans. Miss that conversation or any of the shenanigans we get into on the airwaves, podcast us wherever you get your podcast. Drop that 5-star review. Helps us to grow. We appreciate that. Appreciate everybody watching us on 104.5 The Zone TV as well. YouTube rolling this morning. Twitter, Twitch, Periscope, Facebook Live. It's all over the place. Mr. B. Cal says, big ups to you guys for being what radio and entertainment needs. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right, so a lot of people are just angry about Elon Musk hosting Saturday Night Live. And so I'm doing the Fox show Sunday morning, and everybody is just teeing off on this. Oh, it's so bad, blah, 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 blah. Do you think that Lorne Michaels and Saturday Night Live put Elon Musk on there to be funny and good? I mean, seriously. I'm reading an article right now from somebody that's pretty good in the industry. It's just like this was a predictable disaster, but they did it anyway. It was going to be one of the worst weeks in show's history and all this kind of stuff. When's the last time Saturday Night Live has been talked about virtually at all? It's been a few years, has it not?
It's been a while. Yes.
It's been a little bit. Like, yeah, you talked a little bit about Alec Baldwin's, Donald Trump impression. Then that got tired and old, and people tuned it out. The Biden thing hasn't been interesting at all. Nobody's talking about Saturday Night Live, right? So you go bring in Elon Musk. Elon Musk is not a funny person. He takes himself seriously. There's a lot of things about him to not like, Tesla and all this other kind of stuff. But Elon Musk has millions and millions of Twitter followers and is a relentlessly interesting figure, whether or not you find him to be a hero or a villain. And every comment that I saw on social media just backed up the reason why it was a smart decision to put him on. Even the people that were like, I couldn't even get through the intro. This man's not funny. Well, first off, he didn't write the script for his own intro. He didn't write his own monologue. There were writers that wrote the monologue. The writers suck on Saturday Night Live. The skits suck. The monologues generally suck. This wasn't there to be good. It was there to be talked about. He was put on the show for a bunch of people to tweet and tune in and pop a rating for a night. Now, the thing I would say is, that's the night you should put on the best possible show you can put on because you've got an audience that's ordinarily tuned you out at this point in time. I think you've missed the boat if you watch that, if you still care about Saturday Night Live. If you watch that and you're just like, this is one of the darkest days in Saturday Night Live history and all this, they're basically dark anyway because the cameras are off in your own mind because you're not watching them. All you did was make their point for them. They brought Elon Musk on the show to host Saturday Night Live merely to garner interest, to be relevant again. And that's exactly what they accomplished.
They did. Truth be told, I actually enjoyed the Gen Z bit that they had. I kind of thought it was hilarious, but I'm that type of guy anyway, though. I didn't watch it live. I saw the snippets and everything on social media, but he did exactly what you wanted to do. It also raised up his point about the new guy that you brought up. You know, he's into the crypto and everything with this. I think.
Yeah, well, we were talking about that guy. You know, that guy stuff that we've been doing, that we were doing, and all that.
Yeah,
the crypto guy might be worse than loud muffler guy. Guy that wants to explain Dogecoin and Bitcoin to me, and he's got all this cryptocurrency and all this kind of stuff. It's the same crap with the non-fungible tokens, the NFTs, all the stuff you can bid to own a GIF now. You can bid to own virtual artwork. What are you going to do with it? I don't know. It all seems scammy to me. It's just, I don't get it. I don't want to get it. It bores me a lot of times when it gets into the weeds and all this kind of stuff. But again, the point's just merely that Elon Musk wasn't brought on there to be good. And as a matter of fact, I actually thought subversively, because that's what Saturday Night Live originated to be, was, you know, Bakhteen's Carnival put on television in prime time on Saturday nights in late night. I could have even seen a world in which Lorne Michaels put on Elon Musk because he knew he was going to be brutally bad because it makes Elon Musk look bad. Saturday Night Live is the show that mocks Elon Musk.
Yeah, you got to.
Did they sell out to bring him on, Moan? Or did they bring him on to make him look like a clown?
There was a lot that went on. It may be a little bit of both of those things. Exposure, clown ways, and just the fact that Elon got an opportunity to build his brand. We talk about certain people that, hey, you know what? They're personally not going to fail. Elon Musk is always setting himself up for, he's just, at the time, just a Joe almost in the sense of the world. And now he's turned himself into a star, driving his e-truck through New York City. Like, optics, he won. Exposure, he won. Yeah, he might took a L as far as the production and scripts, but he technically won.
You tweeting out, people tweeting out about how bad it was, you missed the boat, man.
Yeah.
All they wanted was a bunch of people to do just that.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it was positive or negative, look, a lot of times I disagree with the idea that all publicity is good publicity. There's no such thing as bad publicity. I disagree in some cases. In this case, Elon Musk knows he's not funny. He wasn't trying to get an A+ rating here. He put himself on TV in front of a large audience, and SNL cashed in because you watched so that you could then say something about how much you hated it. So you lost.
Mm-hmm.
You were the sucker. You were the mark if you were one of the people that was doing that. Fastest 4 hours in radio. Next hour, we'll have Ron Slay on to discuss what happened on Saturday night with him dancing and the video that's gone viral, certainly. And we're going to talk more about the Mike Sando article and anonymous sources when we come back. JMart and Ramon, 104.5 The Zone.
Congratulations to the Nashville Predators for making the NHL playoffs. Follow the Preds into the postseason on your home for the best Predators coverage. 104.5 The Zone.
Mortgage interest rates are still sitting at an all-time low level, but they are starting to tick up. So if you've been sitting on the fence to get a refi, if you haven't got your pre-approved home loan locked in, now is the time. Quit waiting for a lower rate. It's not just going to happen, okay, as they won't stick around much longer anyway. Interest rates are still sitting in the low twos, which means by refinancing your 30-year mortgage, the home loan expert can save you hundreds of dollars a month, okay? This past year has been tough for a lot of different reasons. Loss of wages, of overtime, job loss, a pandemic, and just people are just struggling with bills and debt just in general. But your home is your biggest asset. And with the home equity so high right now, it's the perfect time to do a cash out refi. They can lower your monthly payments, give you cash to pay off debt, and have you skip a few mortgage payments. That's how you start 2021 with a little less worry, okay? And if you've been sitting at home for months, people are looking at new homes all the time. So homes are still selling fast, sometimes before they get to the market. So getting pre-approved is key to finding your dream home. At thehomeloanexpert.com, they can lock in your interest rate, project payments, and get you pre-qualified. So when you find that right home, you can submit the offer and close on your dream home. Thehomeloanexpert.com are doing more home loans than ever and are closing purchases in less than 30 days. So do not wait.
This is Boomer Esiason with the CBS Sports Minute. Last night, Ryan Miller bid farewell following the final game of his 18-year NHL career. Now, Miller, who tended the nets for Buffalo, St. Louis, Vancouver, and Anaheim, retires as the winningest American-born goalie in league history. He won 391 of his 796 games. Miller captured the 1990 Hobey Baker Award at Michigan State. That would be college hockey's version of the Heisman Trophy. And 2 decades later, with the Sabres, he earned the Vezina Trophy awarded to the NHL's best goalie. At 2010 Winter Olympics in Vancouver, Miller became a household name when he led Team USA to a silver medal and nearly upset Canada for the gold in an overtime thriller. I'll see you around the rinks, I just won't be in the creases, the 40-year-old East Lansing native said. Miller hopes to embark upon a hockey front office management second career, but what a great run he had. And thanks for the memories, Ryan. I'm Boomer Esiason.
For the ones standing guard. For the eagle-eyed. For the knights in shining armor. And for all those who support them. We are Grainger, your experienced safety partner, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, committed to helping keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com/safety, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Clay's Cleaning Service has a spotless reputation.
Take care of the windows. Hello, this is Clay.
But his business operations could use a light dusting.
Boy, I had you scheduled for next week. I'll just check here. No, absolutely. We will be there tomorrow.
Indeed can help him hire the people he needs.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
It's Ramon Foster. And guys, I got something special for you today, okay? If you've noticed a lack of energy, motivation, and drive, it could be low T or something else, like sleep apnea, or even low thyroid. Schedule a complete health assessment at Low T Center. Now they offer a monitor self-inject at-home testosterone treatment for $135 a month, self-pay or covered by most health insurance. So if you've been feeling tired, grumpy, have weight gain, and loss of muscle, go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Find out what a guaranteed offer would be on your home. There's never been a better time to sell. The real estate market is on fire. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and I'm here to tell you, you can get a strong cash offer and sell your home fast with the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Don't worry about the hassle of constant cleaning and home maintenance. Now is the time to sell your home, and we can help you get a quick sell and maximum profit. Go to markspain.com, fill out a quick form, and receive an all-cash offer on your home today. There's no obligation. Our guaranteed offer allows you to bypass the market and sell your home hassle-free. There's no showings, no open houses, no stress. Choose when you want to move and close with confidence. One of our clients, Rachel, said, "We received an all-cash offer from Mark Spain Real Estate in 24 hours that was above market value. It was smooth, easy, and stress-free. I can't recommend Mark Spain Real Estate enough. There's no showings, no open houses, no stress. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing."
855-299 sold.
Certain restrictions apply.
A birthstone set in a pendant symbolizes a special day someone was born. An engagement ring center stone symbolizes a relationship grounded in love. Come to Shane Company for superior stones that come from the earth. Natural stones won't lose their value over time. We have diamonds, rubies, and sapphires in over a dozen colors. It's what we're known for. Our meticulous selection process ensures you'll always get the most beautiful loose stone at a direct importer price. Our gemologists examine each diamond and gemstone, and I personally hand-select our rubies and sapphires. Whether you choose a brilliant diamond or a colorful gemstone, your natural stone from Shane Company will be spectacular. Now you have a friend in the jewelry business, Shane Company and shaneco.com. Open weekdays 10 till 8, Saturday 10 till 5, and Sunday noon till 5.
It's time to say play ball because your Nashville Sounds are back in town for opening day baseball at First Horizon Park tomorrow at 6:35. The Sounds host the St. Louis Cardinals affiliate for 6 games, Tuesday to Sunday. Don't miss opening weekend. Grab tickets today. Visit NashvilleSounds.com.
From the 104.5 The Zone Traffic Center.
Madison, 65 southbound after Dickerson Pike. An accident blocks the 3 right lanes. Stop and go traffic from Briley Parkway. Use caution. 40 westbound after Fessler's Lane. We've got an accident. And in Jolton, 24 eastbound over Whites Creek Pike, there's an accident in the left lane. This report brought to you by Taco Bell. The Chalupa Cravings Box is an abundant collection of Taco Bell favorites like the Chalupa, a beefy 5-layer burrito, plus chips and nacho cheese sauce and a medium drink. Watch your wildest cravings come true at participating U.S. locations for a limited time only. Drinks excludes freezes. I'm Christy O'Brien with traffic on your home for Titans football, 104.5 The Zone.
From the Mark Spain Real Estate Studios, Titans Radio releases the Titans schedule Wednesday night at 7. WGFX Gallatin, Nashville. Trending now at 104.5 The Zone.
Good morning. It is 9:03. I'm Jonathan Schaefer. The Nashville Predators are in the playoffs for the 7th consecutive season. They were able to qualify with a 3-1 victory over the Carolina Hurricanes Saturday night at Bridgestone Arena. They will take on Carolina tonight to wrap up the regular season. Puck drop set for 7, and Carolina will be their first-round opponent. Carolina, the top seed in the Central, the Preds, the 4th. After 3 straight home draws to begin the season, Nashville SC defeated the New England Revolution 2-0 Saturday afternoon at Nissan Stadium. 3rd time this season, Nashville SC had scored 2 goals in a game. Also gives them back-to-back shutouts. Major League Baseball, Braves defeated the Phillies 6-1. Freddie Freeman and Dansby Swanson each hit home runs. Braves have won 5 of their last 6, once again at 500 for the season. Sunday's rain canceled final game of the Bama-Vandy baseball series. Commodores had won the previous 2 games over the weekend. The game will not be made up. Tennessee swept their weekend series at Missouri, winning 10-2 on Sunday. Rory McIlroy ended an 18-month winless drought by capturing the Wells Fargo Championship by 1 stroke on Sunday. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and the Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Do I have everybody's attention now?
Now it's time for Jason Martin and Vol for Life Ramon Foster.
Powered by all 4 Seasons Garage Doors.
Together, they are JMart and Ramon on 104.5 The Zone.
Fourth hour of the program here on this Monday. JMart and Ramon, powered by all 4 Seasons Garage Doors here in Nashville. On Twitter at JMart and Ramon. 11-year NFL veteran involved for life, Ramon Foster. I'm Jason Martin. Jonathan Schaefer joining us as always. Ron Saleo join us. 3HL and just beer spiller extraordinaire. He'll join us in the next segment. Raymond Pfister on Twitch watching 104.5 The Zone says, looks like Gator Orange on Ramon's phone. Pretty sure that's red unless I'm
That's
mistaken.
red. No, that's blood red is what that is, man. Come on, Raymond Pfister. What are you doing here? It's hoping for Florida. Only Gators we have is coming out of Greece. Get it? Gator Nuggets. It's all good.
No, I don't get it, actually.
You ever had them before?
Gator Nuggets?
I mean, gator bites, yeah. You never had alligator?
No.
Really?
No.
It's actually pretty good.
I'm not suggesting it's not, but no,
Oh,
I've
okay.
never had it. This isn't a zebra situation.
No, no, we're not going. I actually saw that zebra tweeted all over Twitter this past weekend too, by the way.
It was. There were several people calling me out saying there were zebras all over farms. How about this? Talked to Mom yesterday. Happy Mother's Day to her again, a day late, but said to her yesterday. She calls up. She's like, the zebra stuff. I went back and listened to that. That was hilarious. Then she goes, but I was laughing because you were talking about all the farms you've been on. And she's like, you haven't been on many farms in your life. So she called me out.
Listen to Mom.
Totally called me out. She goes, I was laughing because I'm like, when have you been on a farm?
It was all to prove a point.
I've been on a few. I might have overstated how many farms. What had happened was. I thought it was a farm, and it turned out just to be a suburban home.
It was overgrown lawn. Yeah. Oh, my God. Mom.
Just needed to take advantage of Toro days at Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply.
That's all that is.
Hashtag ad.
I just really did a cool little drop right there, huh? That was for free. That is freaking awesome. That's Mom's called you out, man. Mother's Day weekend, fellas. We're in the clear for a little while.
She's actually called me out twice. She left me a voicemail a couple of weeks ago when I was talking about putting Clara Grace in the clothes basket. That she was like, "Do you have a clothes basket?" I thought that they had put me in a clothes basket when I was a kid, like one of the old braided.
Yeah, the braided. Yeah,
She's like, "We never did that. We never had to do it with you. I was suggesting something. You were never in a clothes basket." So I've just been wrong.
She's just, Mom is the dream crusher right
When
now.
she listens, she's like, "False.
You gotta
place a phone call. Bullet point, not true."
You gotta put a dream catcher out front of your door now because she's just crushing all of yours right now.
Ron has popped up on YouTube.
Yeah, we're over there.
What's shaking over here? Your hands holding beer. That's what's shaking. You, Saturday night at Bridgestone, as the Preds clinched their 7th straight playoff appearance. And what that sets up, hopefully, is Pecorine night.
Ooh.
Now they don't need the win. We already know they're playing Carolina. Now Pekka can get his send-off. It's the perfect, like a lot of times it doesn't work this way, but you have the opportunity here to send him off properly. He can go play for his home country if he wants to play internationally. I'm hoping that's what happens. I'm hoping it's his final game, his final NHL regular season game. One of the legendary sports figures of this city, to say the least.
You always want that, man. As far as being able to go out, in a better, better way. Not to say that he's going out, but he's got the opportunity now to extend his career and see and enjoy the ride, man. There's nothing better than that, man. Being a guy that kind of ended on somebody else's home field, it's weird. It's unfulfilling. It's just good for him and them for celebrating this. Getting into the playoffs for the 7th consecutive year, nothing better. As a guy that appreciates this type of stuff, hey, tip of the hat for that one.
No doubt. So when we talked to Coach Mack there in the last hour about what people are saying and all that kind of stuff, and he said what I thought he was going to say, which is, yeah, you know what to make of all these comments. Stuff's just going to be said. And my point, and there were some folks that when we were talking about the Bud Dupree being one of the worst moves of the offseason, according to this piece of Bleacher Report, people like, Titans fans don't let people forget this. They bring these articles up when they turn out to be wrong. True, but so what, guy that said that to me? It doesn't matter. It's not going to cost this guy his job that he was wrong. It didn't cost Dan Wolken his job for being wrong and annoying 1,000 times about the University of Tennessee and Belmont and everything else under the sun. There's never any accountability for this stuff.
It's not.
Ever.
Ever.
I mean, yeah, you might hate them on Twitter and say, look at this guy and all this. That doesn't affect his bottom line.
Guess what they're doing? Right back in office, writing, reporting,
exactly.
saying whatever they
Same
want
thing.
to.
Nobody's losing their job because they said Bud Dupree is overpaid and a terrible move. And no one is going to lose their job for anything that they say, unless it's like legitimately offensive.
Yeah, they might have to apologize, but that's about as far as it's going. That's about as far as it's going. And two, I'll say this too about the Bud Dupree thing, about that article too, was in talking to people.
We didn't get to that. We didn't get to that. That's right.
And talking to people who are still there, they hate that he left. Absolutely. And that says a lot about a guy who some people don't hold that high. Like you say, you bring up the PFF score and their grading system and just everybody's thoughts and opinions on them. And for the people that know, that play with and has been around them, they're like, man, we got to reset. This is big for us. So imagine that type of impact on another team and you put it in your Titan squad with guys who are very like-minded like him. I mean, Danico Autry is a guy that you say he's a go-harder. Jeff is a go-harder. You got a young guy right now in Harold Landry that's, if for anything, the addition of Bud should breed just more production out of everybody, you'd hope anyway. But again, it's almost like first-rounders. Everybody's excited about who? Zach Wilson and with the Jets. You know what I'm saying? Or Trevor Lawrence. Even still, their careers is still a crapshoot in a sense. You lean on the fact that you hope they're going to be better and they live up to the potential. But there's almost every draft pick. I don't care if it's 259 this past year. There's some potential and hope for some type for that guy to have a good career. You know what I'm saying? Like this is all just hot air when it comes to people saying this stuff without backing up their sources, though. Like, why do you have that opinion? You know what I'm saying? That's
the industry. This is what it breeds. which is one of the reasons I feel like we're rebellious in the way that we approach this show. And some people are going to like it and some people aren't going to like it, but I would much rather have fun and just be all over the place than I would have to manufacture trash. And that's what a lot of people do for a living, and they get paid very handily to just shoot off at the mouth, to say whatever they can say they think is volatile or controversial, not believing any of it or not believing half of it. Like that to me, if that had to be the job, if somebody said, all right, it's got to be Jerry Springer now, like this is the only way that this works. If it has to be that way, then somebody else is going to be doing this show.
Yeah.
Somebody else is going to be doing whatever day part that I'm offered, whether it's Fox or whether or not it's here or whatever else. Like we're not manufacturing debate around here. And we're not just going to say stuff to say stuff. And I believe that that's true across the board here on this radio station, is we're saying things that we believe. And that genuine nature to me is far more important than just finding stuff to mine content out of.
Gotta be able to live with what you say on these airways or just anywhere, man. Like, it sucks because when you say this type of stuff, you create a narrative for people. You know, we had somebody, I have to reference the name later, but just speaking about Caleb Farley being the fourth DB taken in, that says a lot about his medical. Well, maybe the other teams just aren't risk takers or maybe they weren't vetting a guy like him.
And at the same time, maybe John Robinson's going to rue this. He's going to have gotten it wrong.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We don't know right now.
I was looking at the list of first rounders that the Titans have had before John Robinson and after. And truth be told, most of them kind of get it. Like I said, you start as far as overall years, some of them even productions here in Tennessee. Adam Jones, double-digit years. Vince Young didn't work out. Micah Griffin, you say that worked out. Chris Johnson, Kenny Britt, Derek Morgan, 7 years here. That worked out. Jake Locker, Kendall Wright, Chance Warmack, he may still be in the league. Taylor Lewan has worked out. Marcus Mariota still in the league. Jack Conklin, Pro Bowl All-Pro. Corey Davis when he got paid another check. Adoree Jackson, still in the league. Rashaan Evans, yet to be seen, but still has potential for somebody. Jeffrey Simmons, Isaiah Wilson, scratch that off the list, and Caleb Farley. The list ain't bad as far as busts. There's one bust that you can say, yeah, Marcus Mariota, he's a guy, probably new environment, but you still find yourself rooting for him even if he's on somebody else's team right now. So what does that say?
Yeah.
You've hit more.
Yeah.
Call it what you want to. I'm just an outsider reviewing what I see here, Jay.
It's a matter of what you're saying as hitting on the draft.
Very good point.
Because it's a matter of perspective with your first-round pick. If you're looking at your first-round pick as somebody that's staying with you for 10 years, then if you're looking at it that way, then the answer is no. They haven't done very well.
Look at Corey Davis. Like, Corey Davis has turned into a decent player. Corey Davis is not number 5 pick in the draft even now.
And that's the other thing you have to look at is where they were picked in that first round because that plays a factor in it as well.
Okay, looking at
what hurt this franchise, I'm going to say this, Ramon, because you weren't here. What did hurt this franchise is that with their first-round picks, and especially when it came to the quarterback position, they missed too often prior to the John Robinson days.
It's just like Tennessee missing with their head coaching hires.
Yeah, that's facts.
If you miss with quarterbacks repeatedly, you're screwed.
And yes, they would have productive years with some of these players, but these other players would move on to a second contract somewhere else and still be productive.
Yeah.
You're not getting the full length of it while they're here with the Titans. That's the issue.
That's the issue. Still successful players is how I look at it. I'm looking at just the years in general. Again, if you believe in John Robinson and what they're doing, be with it. But it's almost, I just told you a second ago, it's almost like sometimes watching Titans fans, they love to hate it too.
Well, but you said still successful players. Yes, but they were also successful players in other uniforms.
What I'm saying is they're still successful.
That are first round picks that didn't stay with this ball club. I think we're both right.
Maybe, we're both right. Not wrong in it, but maybe it's just the management of how you get it out of them early enough. Who knows? But again,
the draft is hard
compared to what Jacksonville has done over the years.
The draft is hard. No question about it.
It is.
Both teams played hard. We got Ron Slade coming up on the other side. We're going to talk to him about Saturday night. We're going to talk to him about whether or not there was a human being on earth that had more fun Saturday night than Ron Slay the moment that third goal went in. The man, the myth, the legend, the Minotaur.
We can say that he's actually wearing a shirt right now. That can be confirmed.
I'll take that.
Problem with that sentence is the two words right now. Be right
Right
back.
now.
JMart and Ramon, 104.5 The Zone.
The 3HL, just a lovable sports teddy bear.
Over there acting like a big old teddy bear. Yeah, I'm the coolest bear. If I'm a teddy bear, I'm Ted.
The 3HL with Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, and Ron Slay. This afternoon starting at 3 on 104.5 The Zone.
Big names are headlining this weekend's UFC 262 card. From Tony Ferguson to Michael Chandler, there will be no shortage of action. And DraftKings Sportsbook, the official betting partner of UFC, has a heavyweight offer for you this weekend's fight with 100-1 odds. One fighter will be walking away with the belt. Will you be walking away with cash? Just pick the main event fighter you think will win, and DraftKings Sportsbook will give you 100-1 odds on that fighter. That's right. Bet $1 on select fighters, and if they win, you win $100. There's no better way to put your MMA knowledge to test than to put your money where your mouth is with DraftKings Sportsbook. And don't worry if MMA isn't for you. DraftKings Sportsbook offers great odds and promotions on basketball, hockey, and so much more. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable, so you can deposit and withdraw your funds at your convenience. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code WGFX when you sign up to turn $1 into $100 when you bet on the main card fighter to win. Place your bet and watch your fist fly this weekend. That's code WGFX to turn $1 into $100 on select main card fighters for a limited time only at the DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 years and older and present in Tennessee to bet. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text the Tennessee Red Line at 1-800-889-9789.
Switching your car insurance to Geico is both easy and could save you hundreds. It's the best of both worlds. Like a butcher with a sense of humor. A co-meat Ian.
Well, I'd tell you a joke, but I'd probably butcher it. The stakes are too high.
Geico. Easy and savings. The best of both worlds.
If you're thinking about buying or selling your home, now is the time. Hey, it's Mickey Ryan, and I'm here to tell you, you can get a strong cash offer and sell your home stress-free with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Don't worry about the hassle of constant cleaning and home maintenance. Sell your home with Mark Spain today. Go to markspain.com, fill out a quick form, and receive an all-cash offer on your home today. There's no obligation. The guaranteed offer allows you to bypass the market and sell your home hassle-free. No showings, no open houses, no stress. Choose when you want to move and close with confidence. The Wall Street Journal named Mark Spain Real Estate the #1 real estate team in the U.S. for closed transactions. One of their clients, Tom, said, "We got a guaranteed offer with Mark Spain Real Estate in 24 hours and above market value. It was smooth, easy, and stress-free. I cannot recommend Mark Spain Real Estate enough. The Mark Spain Real Estate guaranteed offer keeps you in control. It's that simple. Again, no showings, no open houses, no stress. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing. Or call 855-299-SOLD.
Fleet Cards USA.
Fleet Cards USA, Barb here.
Hey, Barb, I've got a lawn care company.
Ooh, we work with home services all the time. Experts in that area.
Well, I need more credit for my business.
Look no further. Fuel cards are a great way to manage expenses and cash flow. Plus, your guys have a convenient way to fuel up.
Wow, that sounds easy.
Easy's my middle name. Not really. It's Hildegard.
Oh. Sorry about that.
Go to FleetCardsUSA.com, answer a few questions, and woo, you're good to go.
Fleet Cards USA.
When you place a wager with William Hill Sportsbook, every sports moment is even more interesting. And we have a special offer to help you bet on all your favorite sports risk-free. Download the William Hill Sportsbook app, and when you sign up, you can get started with a risk-free bet of up to $500. Use promo code RadioRF.
Must be 21 years or older and present in Tennessee to bet. Paid in free bets. New users only. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call or text the Tennessee Red Line at 1-800-889-9789.
Let's make it interesting with William Hill Sportsbook.
Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids.
KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
To learn more about our programs and to donate, go to carsforkids.com. That's Cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and maximum tax deduction.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Also accepting real estate donations.
Root Insurance is all about you and how you drive, which puts you in control. In fact, your driving is the #1 factor we use to give you a better price. Root is different from traditional insurers. By using the sensors in your smartphone, we can understand important details about how you actually drive. Just download the Root app, get on the road, and we'll take care of the rest. The app measures your driving behavior, like turning and braking, and gives you a custom rate based on driving, not your job or education like other insurers. In short, you have the power to control your own rates. And the better you drive, the better your rate. Plus, it's fast and easy. The app walks you through each step so you understand what you're getting and get what's right for you. It's car insurance made for you, in your control. Download the Root app today and see how easy car insurance can be. Disclaimers may apply. See joinroot.com for details.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Crack him. There you go. Clear. Clear. Come on. Come on. Clear. Come on.
Is it Slay screaming right there, too, in the background?
Yes, it
is. One of the savviest moves that I made was just reversing the camera when they pulled the goalie Saturday night.
Yeah.
Knowing there was someone that had a lot invested in that in more ways than one. We bring in Ron Slay of 3HL, our pal. Ron, have you recovered from whatever that Sunday morning church conniption was that we saw Saturday night with you there at Bridgestone?
First off, I'm in the building.
You're definitely in the building, but the door is still open right now.
Definitely in the building. This is what I'm trying to tell you, people. Hey, man, listen to me. You talking about had a blast? I had a blast, man. And no, I haven't recovered. What fun would that be? You should never want to recover. You should always want to stay in the moment. I'm staying in the moment as long as possible.
Just keep going. That's basically how it was. And I don't think they saw the motion yet of you. There's a gift out there, and you have it. We're gonna let you drop it. But your high step that you had when they hit the puck, and it was just going down the ice. What was your thinking then, Ron?
Hey, man, my thinking right then was, you know what? I got to hurry up and get to this app and hurry up and withdraw my money before I do anything silly because it just went down. Who knew that was going to happen? That's my thing. See, with the empty, I'm just now getting used to the rules and the strategy of the hockey and everything. When you pull that goalie out of there, man, dude, I'm just praying that the opposite team gets the puck at any moment. And to take I don't know how many foot shot that is, about 60, 70 foot shot. But when it's going, dude, it's a build up for me. And when they hit that net, that's all it was. It was like me running down the church aisles, man. Just running down the church aisles, celebrating, throw my little change in the collection plate, and I'm out of here. That's all it was.
Mikey Dreamer on Twitch says it looked like a Cliff Huxtable dance from 1986.
Hey, man, ain't nothing wrong with that because I sure had my Jell-O pudding pop.
Your Jell-O shots. I think rhymes with pop.
What's wrong with you, man?
Come on, man.
Hey, man. All I'm saying is, dude, I'm just glad Cuzzo Mike was there to get the other angle, man, because a lot of people were giving me a lot of flack, and I wasn't going to respond to it. A lot of flack about wasting the beer. Like I didn't have a retired lineman punching me like I was trying to get to the quarterback. You know what I mean? But what they didn't peep was how still I was while high stepping with a beer and nothing was spilling at first. That takes, hey man, that's some talent right there, man.
Hey man, you just not gonna call me out like that, okay?
No, I'm just saying people don't know how strong you are. I really should have dropped the cup. You know what I mean? If they really know my dog and my dog punching like it. See, if he would have had that right foot up.
Yeah.
Saying, what you say? What you always say, Mom? Punching.
That's that post foot right there. Punch and post. That's what we do.
Punch and post.
Punch and post.
I get any parts of that, man. That cup gonna go flying on JMart head, glasses, phone, everything. It would have been a wrap. So luckily, I was sturdy right there.
Well, it's good. You know, you're clearly a veteran at holding cups in your hand in kind of volatile situations. Like, you know, you're in a party and it's jammed up and all, and you're double fisting it. You're probably over the shoulder, right? Like you've got it around the top of your head, and you're trying to maneuver around without losing the liquid because you're trying to take it back probably to someone else. Although with you, those might both be for you.
Those probably more than likely me, but you're all right. You know what I mean? I am well, let me see. I am well, I have a responsibility when I go to a bar and get drinks and bring them back for the pack. You know what I mean? This should not be a drop wasted because therefore things shouldn't go the way they're supposed to go. If you drop that one piece of liquid, I'm there to save it all. You know what I mean? I'm like the Costa Rican monkeys. They're looking for the entertainment. So am I when I arrive back with the beers.
Ron. So to Saturday though, man, you and I had conversations about the crowd, remember? And we were just talking about, man, this is cool. This is awesome. As much as you can. Just break down how that was for you, for the people who are in Bridgestone, and just related to, honestly, what UT went back to and why it made so much sense for Fulkerson to come back also.
Hey, man, that place, Bridgestone, the Stone, was probably a quarter of the way full, man. And the energy that you can feel as a fan, whatever you can feel as a fan during the game, the players can feel that times two. You know what I'm saying? So that right there puts you in a different stratosphere when it comes to competing. Like we saw it once. I think it was in the second period, and things got a little rowdy, and the Preds were answering the bell, you know, as far as being physical, going after the guys. And dude, you could hear the crowd erupting, and you could see it transfer to the ice. And those guys were checking a little bit harder, you know what I mean, skating a little bit harder. And I wish you could mic them up right then and see what was going on with the players. But I know as a former player, when that crowd is going, you're getting cheated if it's not a full arena. You know what I mean? And going into the playoffs, we don't expect the Preds to go and win the Stanley Cup. Let's just be honest. But to have an experience and make it a competitive series, that arena has to be full. And I guarantee the players, will say the fans have a stake in that. If not, they don't have a pulse. And I know it's no player in America. It could be different in Europe, but nowhere in America that wouldn't want to have fans there, man. It just means so much more. And for the experience for the fans, we were up in the box. I can only imagine it's a different experience on the closer to the ice. So, I mean, I loved it, man. I was getting chills. You know what I mean? Even without betting on the game or not, I was getting chills. Now, the betting on the game had added a little something to it, but believe me, I had a blast regardless.
Well, it's about 40% capacity Saturday. I think the one thing that makes it different for the Predators than a lot of other teams in the NHL, and there's some great atmospheres in the NHL, but as the Predators got good, Ron, you guys both know this really well as veterans of it. That hockey crowd is an SEC football crowd. The Predators crowd is the same folks traveling to Knoxville, the ones going to West End, the ones going to Nissan Stadium, the ones from Alabama, the ones that go to Auburn, the ones that go to South Carolina. And that's just different, man. Like if you bring that into a closed building like that, it gets nuts. And that's why all these players in the NHL talk about it. Not just Preds players. Everybody in the NHL is like, going to Nashville is just different. That's why I can't wait to get back to 100% capacity, because the reason why the Preds, I think, exploded so much is because it became the best party in Nashville. And that's what Nashvillians are always on the lookout, is the biggest party. And, of course, Ron, you happen to be there Saturday because you also are always on the lookout for the biggest party, and usually it's following you.
Well, that's one thing for sure. I can't wait to get there. And I think Ramon hit it on the head, man. That's the reason a guy like Fulkerson comes back. You know what I mean? Just for everything you just described, JMart. He went through a senior season with 5 stars on his team and didn't get to feel the electricity of the crowd. That's being cheated. You know what I'm saying? So any opportunity you have to come back, if the NBA is not looming right there at the door, you come on back for that, man. That's what he helped build. He helped bring that excitement back, the pyro and all that, man, everything that goes into it. Like I heard Coach Mack talking. He said there's no greater feeling than right before the kickoff. I'll echo that in basketball. Right before it's a tip-off in a big game, there is no feeling when you and the other 4 guys that are out there starting come out there and huddle up. And before that ball is tipped, you look around that crowd and they got the lights going. They got the people on their feet. They got the people cheering, and you got your whole bench standing up. And you know everything you prepared for is leading up to this moment for that ball to be tipped. Because the butterflies are still building until that ball is tipped. It's nothing greater. There's nothing greater than that, man. I'm talking about even with hitting game-winning shots, the buildup of it is nothing being caught up in the moment, man. And you hitting it right on the head with that, man. You and Ramon both.
So you're speaking of just big games and build-up. The 3rd weekend in October is going to be a little bit different this year. We hadn't got much into it, Ron, as far as hearing Toto going to Alabama. But just in general, though, your mindset as far as any kid can transfer now, and that's fine. But are you the type to transfer in a conference against one of your biggest rivals?
No. No.
Yeah.
No.
Uh-huh.
No.
What if?
It's disrespectful, man. Like, listen, man. Now, I ain't got nothing against Henry Toll.
At all. Neither do I.
I'm going to tell you that right now. And I'm glad I got my shirt off for this. You know what I mean? I got my shirt off.
That makes one of us, Ron.
Yeah, I
He's
got
the
my shirt
only
off.
one.
Yeah, that makes one of us.
I'm just letting it be known, man. Listen, dude, I got it tatted across my chest, man. Respect is earned. You know what I'm saying? And you go out there and you earn the respect of your teammates. You earn the respect of the fans. You earn the respect of your coaches, the administration. That's something I carry deeply. You know what I'm saying? And then when you take that to the University of Tennessee and you bleed the orange, it's no way. Like, I got a problem with that. And I ain't got no problem with Toto, but I got a problem with his decision. You know what I'm saying? Now, albeit, man, we are in a different day and age with this generation of athlete, kid, period. But, dude, to transfer and go to that school down there in Tuscaloosa, dude, that is putting a knife in and turning it, dude. Like, to me, it's him taking the stat. Like, you could have went there. You had Ohio State at the door also. Like, you could have went there. And honestly, if it is about getting to the league and, you know, playing on the highest level, you could have got the same thing there. I felt the same way about Avina Westbrook when she transferred to UConn.
Yeah.
Like, it's some things you just don't do, man. And that's one of them, man. I can't do that because me, even if I was transferring, I can't come back home and look at people the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not right, man. You know what we feel about them people. You know what we feel about them. You know what I mean? Like, there's some good people down there, but I don't want to bet on them, and I'm a betting man. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's different, man. And
it's
the
hard.
Kid from Texas, the middle linebacker from Texas, I hope that man comes in and has a phenomenal year. And I hope somehow Toto gets put on offense. And somehow he just got to run that ball, and they collide in the middle of that hole. And I'm talking about he rocked his socks off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope he comes there and we forget all about this man, because I just can't believe that, dude.
Well,
I can't believe it.
It's almost like Henry To'oto'o's not a hashtag VFL and didn't ever feel any kind of cultural tie to the University of Tennessee. It all goes back to the same thing. There's no respect from Henry To'oto'o necessarily to the University of Tennessee because I'm not sure he was even there long enough to make it work. Like in his own brain, he never felt what you feel, what Ramon feels, what a lot of our listeners feel. He's not a Vol for life. He never even had a chance to experience what being a Vol actually is.
That's true, and that's a problem. That's a problem. You know what I mean? So and it's different when you make a decision like that. Like Alvin Kamara came from Alabama, and he was forced out. You know what I'm saying? Because of playing situation, you had an option in this
starter.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like this, you didn't have to do this. You know what I'm saying? So that's what your Legion's got to lie somewhere, man. And to me, I'm always judge a person on what they give me. You know what I'm saying? And all he's giving me is the cards that he left me out here to play with, and I'm looking at those cards and I'm throwing them off the table because those don't mean anything to me. You know what I mean? I'm glad he went involved for life, and that's just me talking. You know what I mean? So that's my opinion, nobody else's, but respect is earned around my way, and my man, you lost by it.
Schaefer, we have to mention the Pied Piper. We're just going to will this into existence. Ron Slay is the Pied Piper. He's a Pied Piper of people in Knoxville. He's a Pied Piper, loves travel stops in Lenore City.
Y'all are jumping on this Ramon
and he's the Pied Piper at Bridgestone Arena. Shave, explain what you and I witnessed in particular on Saturday after the game.
So we were standing outside the suite, just hanging out, and there were a few of the people in the suite. They were going to go get some Ron Slay merch and Boom Boom Room shirt merch. Fantastic, wearing it today.
It looks beautiful on you.
Our merch was there too, actually.
Yeah, our merch was there too.
Yeah.
So we're watching this from a distance. If you don't know what's going on, it's just random people following Ron Slay, and then there's another group of people behind them that here's like 12 to 15 people all behind Ron Slay as he's leading them to his vehicle. Now, not all of them went to his vehicle.
But it looked like he was leading them out of town.
Yes, it looked like he was leading them anywhere. And the thing is that we saw that in Knoxville. We saw that everywhere we went to a couple of weekends ago. That has caused me to call Ron Slay the Pied Piper anywhere he goes.
I told you.
Man. Hey, man.
It's unbelievable.
First of all, I don't even want to touch this first and foremost because Moan has a problem with this anyway. All he like to do is talk about this, and I'm not going to feed into this and give y'all any energy on this because I don't believe it.
Well, here's the thing.
Somebody got to take a picture of it for me to see.
I almost shot a video of like the 30 people following you out of Bridgestone Arena from the second floor.
I didn't
from the
believe.
suite level. I was like, what is happening right now? Does he have a recorder? Is he playing Yankee Doodle? Why are people following him out of the building?
I didn't believe Ramon when he first told us
Me
before
either,
we went to
y'all.
Knoxville. Y'all, you have to see how people just gravitate to Ron. He's just a magnet for people. I'm like, hey, come on, man. You were 11 years in the NFL and this, that. He wasn't wrong. I still can't spot the lie.
I'm telling you
still
now.
Can't spot it.
Brent, watch it back. You might be the mayor, but one of your aldermen, I'm telling you, one of your aldermen, man. He's kicking his feet up, and he's real relaxed, Brent.
Ron Slay's a deacon, man.
I'm telling you.
The pettiness is flying amongst you three, boy.
But
I mean,
we
it is
love
just
it,
out
though,
here.
man.
Raymond Pfister on Twitch. I followed a guy in the mall for 30 minutes the other day thinking it was Ron Slay.
See, kiss me. Hey, man, y'all need to come out with petty spray. You know what I mean? Petty repellent, man. That's what I'm gonna come out with to counter all everything y'all talking about, man. Y'all need to stop it, dude.
This man followed you for 30 minutes thinking it was you, man. It wasn't even you.
If he ain't had no headband, it definitely wasn't me.
It was Dom Clay. That's who it was.
There you go.
Wayne
man,
Chisholm.
I'm telling y'all,
Wayne
man.
Chisholm.
Dude, I'm always just looking for a good time, man.
Same,
Anywhere the
man.
good time going, dude. I'm all about it, man. And I saw a guy on Twitter talking about he would love to go to a football experience. I was telling Ramon, dude, you have no clue how I was acting in that suite when you were down there on the field. Like in Pittsburgh, dude, it's lucky that window only let up a little bit. That window only let up about
You've been
a
hanging
tenth of
out.
an inch. Dude, I was trying to stick my head out there anyway. freezing, and what it didn't even matter. Once I went down and gave my dog 5, I'm coming up there before. This was my routine at the Pittsburgh games. So any football games, 2 beers a quarter. You got it down. I'm running through them. I'm talking about the tall cans too, boy. Hey, man, I like to thank Ramon and Keisha for the hospitality because I know I was running through them going through the fridge. They already knew what time it was when I came up through there. So I'm coming about it. I ain't got to drive or nothing. I'm coming through there fried, baby. Win, lose, or draw. I'm telling them.
Ron, okay. Deep fried Ron Slay, 3-6 on 3HL. I can't wait to hear the party later on this afternoon, Ron. You're definitely one of a kind.
I love it.
I love, man. I appreciate y'all letting me up there visiting the suite with you guys, man. I had a blast.
It was our pleasure. It was Ron. It was Ron versus Suge Mike, really.
Yeah, pretty
versus
much.
Gozo Mike for who was the most entertaining person.
I loved it, man.
In there on Saturday night.
Good people, man.
Yeah, the Costa Rican monkey was in full effect. We'll be right back. We'll react a little bit more to Henry Toto. We'll jump into that probably bigger tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
But Raymond Pfister on Twitch just said he just needs to go. Be right back. JMart and Ramon, 104.5 The Zone.
Feeding your curiosity from all the food groups. Phone, smart speaker, radio, and now Twitch. It's 104.5 The Zone TV. Watch now. 1045thezone.com.
Buying or selling a car is one of the biggest financial decisions you can make, and that's why Edmunds has been taking the guesswork out of car shopping for over 50 years. That's right. For over 50 years, Edmunds has been there. So wherever you are in the process, Edmunds.com can help. They have tons of local listings for new and used vehicles with deal ratings that'll tell you if the offer's fair. And the free online tools can help you build your budget, calculate financing, or even get you a free appraisal if you're selling or trading in a car, vehicle, whatever you have. Not sure where to start? The Edmunds editorial team test drives over 300 new vehicles a year, reviewing almost every car in the market. So you can narrow down your search to the top-ranked SUV, truck, electric car, gas, diesel, it doesn't matter. And that's the beauty of Edmunds right there. They'll let you know exactly what you want or need, just depending on what you're looking for. They give you the price that you want, and you know how intimidating it can be going to a car lot, not knowing what your car value is, or at least where you need to be looking to get. And guess what? With the price checker on Edmunds.com, they help you feel more confident about the quotes and the price and appraisal of your car. That is the beauty of Edmunds.com. So whether you're just browsing or know exactly what you want, Edmunds gives you the extra boost of confidence. Visit Edmunds.com to get started. For cars, there's Edmunds.
Score a major payday this May with BetMGM. Hey, it's Lucas Panzica. It's the best time to sign up for the king of sportsbooks because they're giving new customers a shot at an easy $100. Register using code LUCAS100 and win $100 in free bets when you place a $1 moneyline wager on the Grizzlies or the Pelicans, and if either team hits a 3, you win, regardless of your bet's outcome. Whether you're raising the stakes on basketball and hockey playoffs or wagering on your favorite baseball team, BetMGM is always ready for action. Enjoy innovative parlay selection builders, daily promotions, boosted odds specials, and much more. Download the app or go to BetMGM.com and use code LUCAS100 to win $100 when you bet $1 on the Grizzlies or the Pelicans and either team hits a 3-pointer. New customer offer, paid in free bets, must be 21 years or older and must be in Tennessee to bet. Visit BetMGM.com for a full list of terms and conditions. For problem gambling support, call the Tennessee Red Line at 1-800-889-9789.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
To learn more about our programs and to donate, visit us online at carsforkids.com. Remember, that's Cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and maximum tax deduction.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Also accepting real estate donations.
Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm here in Nashville. I've been warning our clients that IRS employees are back at work since mid-July, and their collection efforts have ramped up. Well, sure enough, it looks like it's happening. So if you have unfiled tax returns, wage levies, bank levies, or tax liens, now's the time to call the Lance Drury Law Firm before the IRS calls you. Tax resolution plans are based off your current income. So if your current income is less than normal due to the COVID-19 pandemic, this is precisely the time for the Lance Drury Law Firm to help you. Your consultation is free, so don't put it off. The Lance Drury Law Firm focuses solely on tax resolution law. It's all we do. And if you have IRS problems, you have legal problems. Let us use our tax law resolution experience to guide you and work on your custom resolution plan. Call now. It's free and confidential. Call me, Lance Drury, at 615-733-8168 or go to LanceDruryLaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Fleet Cards USA.
Fleet Cards USA. Barb speaking.
Hiya, Bob. Got a good-sized plumbing outfit here in Milwaukee. 12 vans. Problem is, all the driver receipts, expense sheets.
You're drowning in paperwork.
Exactly.
Get fuel cards. They're the easy way to track every dollar spent on fuel. Could save you some money. Plus, the reporting could save you even more. So flush that big old receipt mess right down the drain.
Yeah, we don't recommend that.
Go to FleetCardsUSA.com. Answer a few questions, and hi-ho, you're good to go.
Fleet Cards USA.
TwinSpire Sportsbook is live in Tennessee, and they're coming out of the starting gates with their best offer yet for new players. With 1 week of risk-free bets up to $1,000. TwinSpires is backed by the same team as the Kentucky Derby, bringing over 140 years of excitement and wagering experience. Just download the TwinSpires app using promo code FREE1000 to get started. Void where prohibited. For terms and conditions, visit TwinSpires.com. Must be 21 and up and physically present in Tennessee to bet. See full terms and conditions at TwinSpires.com. For help with a gambling problem, call or text the Tennessee Red Line, 1-800-889-9789.
Haven't heard In Vogue in a minute. Free your mind. JMart and Ramon, 104.5 The Zone. On Twitter at JMart and Ramon. We'll do the Henry To'oTo'o stuff tomorrow when we have more time to really go into it. Because there is a lot there. There's a lot to talk about, and I think we get right back into Vols culture and things of that. Question of the day at JMart and Ramon. What's the coolest, most exciting sports-related event you have ever attended? We knew a lot of people would say Music City Miracle. A lot of people that weren't there would also say Music City Miracle. As James Lewis pointed out, with his 300,000 were in attendance that day.
Yep.
NFL Draft is another one a lot of people need to think about.
Yeah.
Here in Nashville, how cool that was. James Lewis' date was January 21st, 2006. Tennessee, Florida basketball at TBA, my sophomore year there. Tennessee beat number 2 Florida 80-76 in Bruce Pearl's first year. They sat front row courtside and were the first ones on the court to celebrate.
That's awesome.
Very cool. Auntie Aaron, one of the OGs on this show in terms of listeners, puts up a photo of her and you from September 2015 at Heinz Field.
That was awesome. She won like the biggest fan event right there too. Oh man, that was so cool. A friendship that is born right there. Before that, but yeah, that's awesome.
Michael Burgett said, yep, Music City Miracle and NFL Draft. I was at both, but Orioles Mariners in 2005 where Rafael Palmeiro got his 3,000th hit.
Whoa.
We've got Orioles clinched the AL East in 2014. Goosebumps being at that game from Petty Lane. And, of course, my phone died in the middle of that game, she says.
She couldn't get it. Yeah, I saw that.
A lot of people mentioning Preds playoff games as well. I see that from Zach Bunch saying Cell Block 303 during the playoffs was amazing. Ryan Albanese, who went to, I think he went to Radford, actually.
He's a Virginia Tech fan.
But he's a Virginia Tech fan, but I think he went to Radford, which is also in Virginia. The Miracle in Blacksburg, Tyrod Taylor threw an 80-yard bomb, followed by an insane touchdown to come back against Nebraska in 2009 with about a minute 13 left to go. Joseph says, OT win against the Eagles. That was the Carson Wentz when he was really, you felt like he was really the guy. Mariota threw a game-winning touchdown to Corey Davis. I believe that was in overtime, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. It was an overtime win over the Eagles that year. Music City Miracle there. NBA Finals game with Jordan and Pippen from Jim Wojciechowski. Yep.
Jeez.
Yep.
That'll do it.
Yep.
Seeing either one of them, honestly. Yep. Yeah.
Joshua Hudson, my son getting to be on the field during batting practice at an Indians game in Cleveland and getting to meet some of his favorite players. Yeah, for sure. Blake Richmond said the 98 Natty. Also the Music City Musical. Dad wanted to beat traffic, so we heard the call in the bathroom and ran back for the touchdown confirmation. So you missed the play live and had to roll back out.
Wow.
There you go.
I mean, it doesn't get much better than some of those, man.
A lot of people mentioning the Masters, which I hope to do myself. Predators Stanley Cup run. Braves games. The 99-yard Henry run for the lower bowl from Cousin Caden. I was in the press box watching Tom Coughlin. I told you this, man. Mm-hmm. I did not know, like, somebody was yelling and using F-bombs and stuff in the press box that night. And I was just like, what is this? So I look over to the right, and he's probably, I don't know, 20 seats down from me on the left in the second row of the press box. It's Tom freaking Coughlin.
Going off.
Just angry. And I was just like, dude, you really are.
He wanted too much control.
Like, why are you not in your own room to act a fool? You're acting that in front of the media.
Because they probably kicked him out of his own room.
Probably did.
Put him in an empty room. Put him in a padded empty room.
Man, petty question for tomorrow, man. Did the horse know that the substance he was taking at the Kentucky Derby was illegal?
That's the poll question for tomorrow right there.
Throwing it out there. I got to know what he has to say about this with his sources.
I mean, was this a true thing or was this a Taylor Lewan thing? Where Lewan had no idea.
He had no idea.
Allegedly. JMart and Ramon, that's the name of the show. It's also the name of the Twitter account. You can continue to let us know your favorite sporting memories. Buck's going to talk plenty of Preds and Titans and who knows what else over the next 3 hours. Him and Lucas are ready to fire. We'll be ready to fire. Same bat time, same JMart and Ramon channel tomorrow. For Ramon Foster, for Jonathan Schaefer, I'm Jason Martin. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow morning.
And remember, your Twitter fingers and your mic is always hot.
That horse knew he was juicing.
I can feel it all the way down in my plums.
When Buck Rising defends John Robinson, he dishes the facts.
It's not that I'm here to blindly defend John Robinson. I'm here to defend John Robinson because John Robinson's track record demands that I defend John